Who am I? It's MMA charades. MMA Guru does lift. Yeah, I lift a little bit. It's funny what a bit of top-down lighting can do to some of your arms. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should lower this a bit. Hey guys, this is... Hang on. Yo, what's up, guys? Who's a better wrestler as far as chain wrestling and pure takedown ability? Colby or Gillespie? Definitely Artem Lobov. Or James Vick. One of them two, you know? Probably Gillespie, actually, for his weight class. Because 55 is a better wrestler. I don't know. We'll see. I'd say Gillespie, though. Guru, have you saw Cejudo being called a racist all over Twitter? Why is he being called a racist? Go on Instagram and type in MMA.streams, put sound on for us all to hear. No, I'm okay. I'm good. I won't do that whatsoever. Thank you very much. Why is Cejudo being called racist on Twitter? What, because he said speak better English? Is that why? But Nigeria's first language is English. and they've been trumped once more, if you'll pardon the pun. Jesus Christ, people are retarded. Nigeria's first language is Pidgin English. You know what I mean? What you... Are Nigerians racist for speaking English? I don't know, man. It's weird. He called Aljamain Al-Jemima. And something that... what's Al-Jemima? Here's where they're going to come into a bit of trickiness, because Jemima. Aunt Jemima is a brand of pancake mix, syrup, and other breakfast goods owned by the Quaker. Given the racist history of the character, many consider Aunt Jemima to be an offensive embodiment of racist stereotypes and attitudes. Right, well, that's on Wikipedia. Aunt Jemima. Like, it's not racist, though, man. It's just like a bad drawing. That's what I don't get. It's the same thing with the... Well, to be fair, I'm not going to bring them up. But there used to be a toy in the UK that was considered racist, but it was literally just a bad drawing and a bad perception of a black person. You know? I get it. I can see it. These lips are just definitely not accurate, but, you know, I see it. I get it. It's understandable. That's messed up. Extra racist, bro. I mean, I guess so, but at the same time, is it, though? It's an American racist thing, but is it, though? Because, and I know I like how we've got straight into the MMA talk, because, like, surely that's a good thing that they've branched out and put a black person on their brand. Isn't that a good thing? I don't know the history behind it. Obviously, there's something a bit more than just the picture, so we'll see. Why is Michael Chiesa's grappling so inconsistent? Sometimes he dominates and sometimes he gets outclassed by a lesser grappler than the guy he dominated. I don't know. I mean, grappling is situational, obviously. And also, Chiesa's good at when he gets guys to the cage. If you refuse to be put against the cage, then you can do well against him, because he can't really shoot from the open, because that requires actual wrestling. When you're against the cage, you can put your weight on someone and lean on him, and that can be a factor. But in the center of the cage, there's no lean. You know what I mean? There's no weight on top of someone. I feel like that's the case, because RDA backs himself up against the cage. Pettis backs himself up against the cage. You know, like, these are people that Chiesa had some success with. So does Masvidal, or Masvidal used to anyway. Go on Instagram and type in MMA.streams. No, I'm not going to do that. So Corey Anderson meme, please. I can't put sound on. I don't have speakers. Sorry. Darko Stojic versus Daquan Townsend. Who wins? Everyone loses, including the fans. You know who's stupid? I'm glad we've gotten over the racist thing. I don't really understand it, so I probably shouldn't comment on it. But you know who's stupid? Brendan Schaub is so fucking dumb. And I'm just going to say it. He's really... I don't know. He must be a really nice guy, Brendan Schaub. Because I swear to God, he is... Like, he laughs off. Oh, Blachowicz is next. Oh, yeah. Well, Jones will just beat the shit out of him. Like, he doesn't understand what we've just seen twice in a row. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Like, Brendan's still under the impression that Jones just can't fucking lose. Like, we didn't just see him lose and then go to a split decision on it against a guy with one leg before that. You know? It's Brendan Slob. Yeah. Blachowicz versus John Jones. KO. John Jones will win, I think. But I don't like the attitude of laughing off John Jones' opponents. Like, if Anderson would have KO'd Blachowicz in the first round, people would say, oh, dangerous for John Jones. Blachowicz just KO'd Anderson in the first round. What's the difference? Why is Blachowicz being considered lesser opponent? He just beat Anderson. I hate people's reactions in MMA, man. They really do fucking piss me off sometimes. People have such biased reactions in MMA. Every single person in the media reacts to exact same scenarios completely differently based on who's in the scenario. Someone gets KO'd in the first round. People say, oh, that guy was amazing. Completely outclassed him. Adesanya destroys Whittaker. People say, oh, he's amazing. Completely outclassed him. Anderson gets KO'd in the first round. And all of a sudden, it's like, it's just one of them things. He lent into it and just failed the inside leg kick. Like, it was just an off night for him. Like, he couldn't get he should have gone to the wrestling a bit. No. He tried to wrestle, failed, couldn't get a hold of him. Gets KO'd. I don't understand. Lesser opponent because he's white. I don't know, man. Let's not transfer into that kind of topic from what we were originally discussing, eh? Go on Instagram and type in MMA. I'm not going to. Shut up now. Blachowicz, not Blachowicz. No, it's Blachowicz. It's actually Blachowicz, according to Chael. Chael is a casual fan. We're sending shots at every MMA media member, and I'm raising my pinky. Chael's a casual fan. Chael is a casual fan. Do people really make excuses for Anderson? I thought everyone hated him. Everyone other than, like, media members, of course. Don't make me correct you, Guru. I don't think either Blachowicz or Anderson has what it takes to beat Jones anyway. Size advantage back for Jones. What that wasn't there versus Reyes. Yeah. Size advantage is big. It is, but it isn't at the same time. It is because I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. I don't know what we're saying, to be honest with you. Size advantage. Yeah. Cool. I think that's a factor. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what size advantage is, to be honest with you. It seems to be something I bring up so much, but I have no idea about it, to be honest. Anderson annoys the fuck out of me. He is annoying. He is really annoying. But, there's levels to this. Jones lost. Get over it. Okay. XOF Mage XOF Mage turning heel in my chat. Yo, reach advantage, size advantage. Yeah, reach advantage is a thing. Chael seems to think it's not a thing. It's 100% a thing. Reach advantage is 100% a thing, especially if two guys fight the same way. Size advantage is definitely a thing. But I don't know. I don't know where it comes into effect until I see it. Like, you can just see that these two guys don't belong in there together. Like Pereira versus Sanchez. It was just like, we'll be watching. Obviously, Sanchez ended up winning by headbutting Pereira's knee to death. I'll show you a size advantage. Okay, I doubt it. I'm sorry, but that decision made me lose my composure. Okay. Big Dick Energy. Thank you very much. Tuna Sandwich. Thank you. Chael also doesn't believe in footwork or see the difference between Southpaw and Orthodox. Chael Sonnen is my favorite MMA YouTuber, I'll be honest. But Chael Sonnen says a lot of things that are... He just says things in a way that they haven't been said before. He will say things that haven't been said before. They may not make any sense, but he'll just say them. Like, oh, it doesn't matter between Orthodox and Southpaw. What? This guy's breaking the mold of MMA. No, he's just saying these two things, and he has no proof for that argument whatsoever. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm sending I was in a good mood. Maybe I should be in a bad mood more often because I'm sending shots at everyone. Reach for Jones was still huge versus Reyes. Versus smaller guys, it's even larger. Yeah, it's true. Plus, Reyes doesn't have the longest of reaches anyway. I honestly feel like sometimes John Jones... I hope this stream's still going because it's crashed on my screen. I sometimes feel like John Jones is... If he didn't have the genetic traits that he has, with the reach, with his body type, he'd be complete fucking trash. Because if he's still having trouble with all of the advantages that he has, like the chin as well, amazing chin, like imagine if he didn't have all of these built-in just gifts from God. Like, it'd be complete garbage, you know? Imagine if John had the same chin as Anderson. Genetically just had the same chin as Anderson by chance. Imagine if he said he had the same reach as Reyes by chance, you know? I understand. Dude, why are you wearing a hat indoors? Are you cold? Yeah. It's Bahia. I would delete this video after this because I can totally see people bringing up clips of you talking about race when you become a more famous YouTuber. Like, I didn't care, but other people are sissies. I didn't say anything, so they can go ahead and do it. I've got 82. Listen, Astro, I've got 82 live streams. That's the least. That little race comment is the least of my concerns. Okay, I don't think, maybe you're new to the channel, but there are moments that I'm not deleting. I can't wait till they come out about me. Did you think Askren would be a bit better than he turned out to be before you witnessed his failed UFC career? Well, I picked him to lose to Maia, and I picked him to lose to Jorge Masvidal, so I kind of saw it coming, to be honest with you. Just saying. Just saying. Nice muscles, Guru. I've actually, what did the end thumbnail actually look like? Let me see. Because I took a bunch. Cool. It does look big, you know. It's just top-down lighting. It makes my arms look massive. Jesus Christ, man. I am fucking shredded. Anyway, Anderson versus Rockhold. I'm not, though. So Tyron Woodley is not a fan of you. I don't care, man. No, Tyron Woodley is not a fan of me. I mean, Tyron Woodley is just used to people not being a fan of him, I guess. Like, I had an argument with someone about, they were saying that people aren't promoting Wilder enough in the US. Brendan Schaub was talking about it. That's who was talking about it. Brendan Schaub was saying that they don't promote Wilder enough, and it's the same guys that say that they don't promote Woodley enough. Everyone gets promoted the same. People, and let me read the fucking comment I posted, because it was a work of art, to be honest with you. Brendan Schaub pissed me off with a lot of stuff he said the other day, to be honest with you. He doesn't even watch the fights, which annoy me, but, you know, whatever. Anyway. Let me look at this comment. Here I am. People promote based on the results of previous promotion. It's easy to say not enough promotion, but if they spend 50k on an advert for Wilder and get no buys from it, you can't really blame them. The fact is the fight being advertised everywhere in the UK, because when they advertise Tyson, they get a return through buys. Wilder just isn't a draw. Doubt he ever will be, even if he wins and then beats AJ. Some people just don't have personality. Sometimes a sign of that is that they may try to make up for it by whispering or making loud noises and screaming the same things over and over again. Not pointing any fingers, but we all know who we're talking about, you know? Anyway. Gustafsson? Who's Gustafsson? When was the last time Stipe got promoted? What are you talking about, Promoted? Makhachev called out Al, your thoughts? Makhachev needs to stop calling out guys coming off a loss and take on a real fucking contender like Diego Ferreira, like he's supposed to, little bitch. What is the praise that we're giving him? Oh, Makhachev called out Al Iaquinta. Iaquinta's scared. Makhachev calls out Gillespie. Gillespie's scared. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're calling out losers. Stop calling out losers. You're on a win streak. Fight a guy on a win streak like Diego Ferreira, who has an exact same win streak as you, even though he doesn't. You stop posting your lives. I have 82 lives on my fucking account. What are you talking about, you dumb fuck? You think Muay Thai best striking sport? Yeah, it is. Muay Thai the best striking sport, my opinion. Definitely. Not only, but you've been hitting the weights. Not really. I turned off this light and I put on the light up there, which is already on, and then I just had top-down lighting for once rather than lighting attacking me from this angle, you know. A lot of people are turning on Henry now, and it's satisfying. I wish someone had the balls to say to Henry to defend your belt against the real contenders. I mean, it's just a joke. The way he's talking is annoying, man. I feel like this sport is turning into you know what? I'm becoming a little bit of a bitch on this fucking channel. I feel like all I do is complain. But I feel like I'm complaining about the right things. Otherwise, I'd be getting dislikes on all my videos. But it just annoys me. Like, let me read out the fucking statement that Henry Cejudo made. Hang on a second. Let me scroll up and see what YNS Bands was saying. Oh, no, it was the Makhachev Al Iaquinta. Okay, I answered it. I saw you ask something. I don't know if I answered. But yeah, I feel like people should turn on him. Cejudo versus Volk prediction. Volk is just Mendes with a chin, basically. and better, of course. So if I go to Henry Cejudo, the way he's talking is not how I want a champion talking, and that's not how you become a draw. That's not how you become a draw. You know how you become a draw? You take on the toughest test. He talks about all this stuff like he wants to be paid heavyweight money. He wants to get this. He wants to get that. You're not going to get it because this is the way you're acting. You're ruining yourself. You're literally ruining yourself. And I know he's going to try and play the role of try and be hated, but he's not trying. He may try and be trying to be hated. But like when he's talking for real, what is he saying here? Plus, I just came out of surgery. I blew my damn left shoulder out. I do want a tune-up fight, and that's Jose Wilder. What tune-up fights? You're in the UFC. There's no tune-up fights. Even for people making their debut, there's no tune-up fights. You know what I mean? People make their debuts against Makhachev every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, there's no tune-ups here. You get in, you fight the best. Back to back to back to back to back. All the time. Tony is my fave. Donny Ferguson. True that, you a bitch. It's true. I am. I am TW. Thank you very much. Dustin ducking Al. Did you see the Iaquinta interview? He's not ducking him at all. You can't duck someone coming off a loss at number 10. What right does Al Iaquinta have to fight Dustin Poirier? He just lost to Dan Hooker, who is ranked below him. What is going on with people's minds recently? Poirier has every right to say, no, you just lost. I'm number 1, you cunt. You know, like, what is going on? I don't know, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Al Iaquinta should fight another guy coming off a loss like the loser that he is. Sorry for saying it, but that's just the way things are. Al Iaquinta should fight the loser of Dan Hooker. If Paul Felder loses to Dan Hooker, Paul Felder versus Iaquinta makes sense. But I feel like Iaquinta is going to want to fight a little bit sooner than that. So if I go to the rankings and try and find a guy coming off a loss, I mean, I guess that's what I said from the beginning. Iaquinta versus Gillespie is what I want to see. Iaquinta Gillespie is the best thing to see. Am I the only one who likes Henry Cejudo? I don't mind Henry Cejudo. I just think these comments are just stupid. Like, not even like, I know he's trying to be annoying, but they're just like, even when he comes out of character and just says a normal phrase, like he's not acting or anything, like it's still an annoying thing. You know, Hooker and Al already fought. That's exactly why I said if Paul Felder loses to Hooker and changed what I said. But thank you, Elliot Bartholomew, for not listening to what I said and getting in your correction anyway. I appreciate that. I want Makhachev Gillespie. I don't want that. I want Gillespie to win one and then fight Makhachev. What's the point? Why is everyone defending Makhachev? Makhachev is the most defended prospect I've ever seen in my life. No one has had an easier time, and no one is getting less abuse than Islam Makhachev when he deserves it. Look at his last. He fought Kajan Johnson 3 fights ago. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Arman Tsarukyan is a good win, but he's scathed by it. Then he beat Davy Ramos. I mean, fucking nonsense. Davy Ramos is number 27. Arman Tsarukyan is number 21. That's a good win, but he's scathed by it. Very close. All right? Davy Ramos 27. Kajan Johnson isn't even in the fucking UFC. What have you done in the division? Nothing. Islam Makhachev to take on Diego Ferreira at UFC 250, or should take on who was the other guy I said? I don't know who I said before, but whatever. Diego Ferreira sounds good to me. I feel like that's the fight they should make, unless they want to do something. I don't know. Maybe if Charles Oliveira beats Kevin Lee, but then you don't want to have Islam Makhachev waiting out for that long. Do you want to feed Hernandez to him? I don't know if you want to do that. Maybe the winner of Dariush versus Drakkar Klose would be a fun one, but then again, you have to wait for that. Yeah, it's a weird position to be in right now. There's a bunch of losers in the lightweight division, and all the winners are already booked up against people, so it's weird. It's a weird situation. What's the name of that new guy who won his debut, gave Makhachev a tough fight? Arman Tsarukyan is the guy. Gave him a tough fight. I honestly thought, wow, Makhachev better win this 3rd round. You look like Ben Sassoli. I don't know, but I understand. Whatever. Thoughts on Kevin Lee? He's very good. I think people aren't. I just did my the only other prediction I've done for the Auckland card. It's weird. People don't understand. Before Kevin Lee made it to the spotlight, he ran through murderers as a young kid coming into the UFC with no experience. Wasn't a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Wasn't this crazy Russian Dagestani guy. Kevin Lee needs more credit than he gets, because if you look at his career and some of his early wins, they're phenomenal wins. People judge him based on his loss to Tony Ferguson when he had staph infection, based on his loss to RDA when he had to go up weight class for his first time against a top 5 opponent. You know, like, I don't know. Obviously, there's the Ala Quinta loss, which is kind of just a shit style matchup for him. But either way, I don't know, man. I just feel like some of these wins that he has. Look at the fucking list of guys that he went through in his career. Okay, these aren't very good names. Lost to Leonardo Santos, but then beat Jake Matthews and Magomed Mustafayev, who are both fighting at UFC Auckland coming up soon, and both phenomenal fighters at welterweight as well. Francisco Trinaldo, always a mainstay of the division. Michael Chiesa beat him. Like, he ran through guys. Look at these 4 names. Jake Matthews, Mustafayev, Trinaldo, and Chiesa. Those are monsters. Monsters. Magomed Mustafayev was like 12-1 before he came in against Kevin Lee. Maybe even 15-1, I think. That'd be bull as your chicken. Makhachev is unidimensional and a sloppier version of Khabib. No, he's no version of Khabib. He's more of a striker. He only takes it to the ground if you lead him there. You know, like if he catches you and then you're like on your way down, he'll go on top of you. Like Makhachev rarely shoots for takedowns, and I don't know why. It's dangerous for him to do that, but he's so big that I guess he can get away with it. So, you know. Eugene Behrman say he wants Izzy versus Stipe, and Izzy walk around 185 weight pounds. Thoughts and predictions. He's a liar, and so is everyone else that says Izzy walks around at 185 pounds. I've seen Israel Adesanya on the scales. He doesn't walk around at 185 pounds. Why is everyone in the MMA community lying about it? Why is everyone in the MMA community bigging up Adesanya at every single cost and making everything he does seem more impressive than it is? Like, it's not enough that he became champion, but they have to lie that he doesn't cut weight either, and he's 185 pounds. He is not 185 pounds. Yo, what the fuck is that thumbnail real? You are more jacked than me, bro. I mean, that's not hard. Do you have a Sonic profile picture? Joking. I'm sorry. Fucking softballs, yeah. Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. I mean, his walk-around weight is 205-ish. Exactly. He's over 200 pounds. There's no way. There's no way. I know people that are 6'2" and skinny. They aren't 185 pounds. I know people my height, but just skin and bone. Like, if I was skin and bone, I'd be 220. 215. But even still, like, he can't be 185 pounds. It's literally impossible. I don't understand. Adesanya didn't train for the Whittaker fight. That's enough. Listen, you say that as a joke, but that's not far-fetched. People would actually say that shit. Everyone wants to see Jones get knocked off. That's why, I guess. I actually don't mind his chances. How tall are you? Just under 6'3". Cejudo versus Benavidez 2. Bet in your house. Who wins? How much you weigh? 251. 250 now? Lost a couple pounds. Jan got that Polish power. Jons, you're next. Tell me the time and the place. He sounds Italian. Don't know why that is. Jan is Polish, but he sounds Italian. Just tell me the time and the place, and I come to you and stuff it up your... Never mind. After John's performance, I think he's going to lose this year. Most definitely. Matthews, Hooker, Wilder, good parlay for the weekend, yeah? It's a good parlay. It's risky. I think Wilder beats Fury. I'm going to do a prediction tomorrow. Well, I've just ruined the entire prediction. I think Wilder beats Fury in a rematch. You know who I saw an interview with BT Sport? John Fury. John Fury. Like, it is madness. He is literally Tyson Fury, but just older and more Gru looking, you know, from Despicable Me. Like, he's just him. Like, everything he does. Damn, you're a big boy. Have you thought about becoming a trainer or some type of matchmaker in an organization? We'll see what happens when I'm rich and famous, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll have, like, guru promotions. You know what I mean? Rise up my own talent. Can we all agree Chael sucks? He doesn't. Listen, Chael's funny, but he's funny to laugh at his mistakes sometimes. You know, like, you would shit on Shorb for his mistakes because it's Shorb, but Chael can get away with some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that Chael calls Blakovic fucking Blakowicz. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that he calls Jeremy Stevens Jeremy Stevens. I don't mind that he calls Yair Rodriguez Yair Rodriguez. You know? Yair. Yeah, there you go. Who is John, his father? Yeah, John's his father. Father John. Demetrius Johnson is juiced up too, yeah? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt it. Chael is a legend. He is a legend. Chael blows Shaw about the water. Shaw blows man. Don't know why I did that. Chael thinks Adesanya walks around at 155. It's true. It actually is true. You know what he does? They peel off his skin and tie iron suit of armor underneath his skin and they put it back over him. And that's how he gets on the scale. Calamari Usman, undefeated. If the people who do the rankings in the UFC have brain cells, how would the featherweight division be ranked? Exactly how ranking MMA has the featherweight division. We can compare the rankings right now if you want. Ranking MMA, they have a formula. They don't manually update their rankings by hand. They have a formula that does it for them, and sometimes there's mistakes in that formula. So, for example, if a guy has beaten a guy that another guy has lost to, so Conor McGregor's number 5 at welterweight because he's beat Nate Diaz, who's number 7, which it kind of makes sense. And he beat Eddie Alvarez, who beat Rafael dos Anjos, who's number 10, but who was number 6, you know? So they put him at number 5. I understand that. I get that. But, he can't be number 5, you know, because he didn't fight a ranked 170 pounder to get to the 170 rankings. But they have a formula. Sometimes it fucks up. But their featherweight rankings are on point. I'll read you them right now. Champion, they have as Volkanovski. I don't think that's an opinion. I mean, he is the champion after all. Holloway at number 1, Ortega number 2, Rodriguez number 3, Korean Zombie number 4, Zabit number 5, Edgar number 6, Moicano number 7, Qatar number 8, Stevens number 9, Emmett number 10, Burgos 11, Allen 12, Swanson 13, Ige 14, Sadiq Youssef 15, barely in the rankings, Massad outside the rankings, Ryan Hall 17. These are better rankings, man. So much better rankings. I like them. They make way more sense. Wow, Hakeem Dawodu's like one fight away from being... If Hakeem just make Hakeem versus Bryce Mitchell, man. I don't know why they don't do that shit. Or do Hakeem versus Jourdain in like a Canadian showdown. Co-main event of a fight night or something, you know? Does championship rounds now mean more than the first 3 rounds benefit Tony or Khabib? I mean, I don't think they actually do, but if we're going on Joe Rogan logic, no, it doesn't. Actually, it does, doesn't it? Because Tony Ferguson, I guess. What's your opinion on Sanchez begging? No, because Khabib's the champion, so when he wins rounds, it doesn't matter. So even if Tony Ferguson wins those 4th and 5th rounds, which according to Joe Rogan mean way more, Khabib's the champion, which means no matter what happens in the fight, he's seen as doing more, like a percentage more, just because he has a belt around his waist, you know, because obviously, you know, that's the way this sport is going. Does champions stop calling them robberies? No, they're robberies. I'll call them robberies. GSP's ideal next fight. Conor at the end of this whole scenario, if Conor gets to the top. He ain't coming back for Khabib because Khabib's going to make him drain himself to 155 because Khabib will never leave 155 in his entire career because he knows what will happen if he faces guys his size. But yeah, that's not going to happen. So the only chance is that Conor McGregor gets to 55-pound belt and because he has the balls, he'll go to 170 to fight GSP for sure. That's one big bicep. Yeah, it is quite big. Thank you very much. Sadiq versus Hakeem. Hakeem Dawodu, eh? I've been listening to this rap group 1-4. I love their stuff, man. Their voices just... I have to imitate their voices sometimes. Sadiq Hakeem. Oh, yeah, Sadiq Hakeem's good, but I don't think they should do that, man. You know, I'm big... Listen, they want diversity in the rankings. That's not the way to do it. You know what I mean? Let's not have Yusuf and Hakeem kill each other off because there ain't a black face in sight in the featherweight rankings. So let's keep some guys around. You know, we want people from multiple different fan bases to watch the rankings at featherweight. So I want Sadiq and Hakeem both to succeed here. But what I think should happen is have them both go their separate ways. Sadiq Yusuf should 100% take on Dan Ige in the middle of the year. 100% take on Dan Ige, for sure. And Hakeem Dawodu should take on Jourdain or Arnold Allen. No, not Arnold Allen. The other guy, Bryce Mitchell. Arnold Allen should take on Josh Emmett because that was supposed to happen. So, you know, If it's good enough for Alan to be 6-0 and get the UMF fight, then obviously when he's 7-0, he should get it as well. You get me? Please do, Nate Diaz. Wish it. Wish it. It's fake news. What's it? What's your views on love and long-term relationships? I mean, some people it works, some people it doesn't. You can't hold people accountable if they aren't into that shit. But one thing you shouldn't do is know that you're not into it and go ahead with it anyway, in my opinion. So even if you aren't into it, don't just lie, because pussy's so overrated, man. Whatever. Jesus love, Guru. And Ngannou, please. Can you adopt me? We'll see, man. Depends. There's no reason Khabib should move up to lightweight. His weight. There's no reason Khabib should move up. Lightweight is his weight, and he's the king in that division. Right, well, that'll ruin the sport. Thank you very much. No more super fights, according to Mini Khabib 229. Definitely not biased, as we can see by his name. Are you religious or philosophical? Neither. I think I have a brain, and it seems to work quite well. Yeah, I'm neither of those things, to be honest. Probably how much you bench. Oh. What, men or women? What are we talking? Kids? Like, what am I benching? Or just weight? I don't know how much I bench. I haven't benched in ages. I haven't lifted anything in ages. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know what I bench. I could definitely rep out 110 kg. Whatever that is. What's 110 kg before I settle on that answer? Pounds. 242. That's not a lot, actually. That was when I was in late secondary school. I can whack out 100, or no, I can whack out 90 a couple of times. I reckon I could get 125. At this point in my life, I reckon I could get 125 for sure. What's that? Coming up to 275? That's a bit better, I guess. Boom, how about them apples? Nice. 30 kg, dude. That's pretty good, dude. Nice. Damn, do you go to gym? I haven't lifted anything in a while. Why is this a whole thing? I'm the same as I was 2 days ago. Why am I now ripped to you guys? One thumbnail with top-down lighting, and all of a sudden you guys think I'm some gym rat? I do a push-up every 10 days. Guru, we're not doing 110 kilos in secondary school. 1 rep max, I'm talking. And I said late secondary school as well. But trust me, I used to be able to lift a lot. Someone might join the chat and be able to approve it, but I think he's asleep because he's got work tomorrow. What do you think of Cody Garbrandt's praises? Oh, no, that's not a fart. Let's stop doing that. What do you think of Cody Garbrandt's praises boxing ability? Don't know what that question is, YNS Band 16. Please rephrase it. Zabit is overrated. 100. True that, bro. Do you train? Used to. Not anymore. I'm too good for that, man. I like my nose without bumps. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't want to risk stuff. I don't want to risk getting KO'd once. Like I think I've made it out of training with no damage. I've taken my damage. With like no bad damage, no injuries, no broken stuff. So I'm not going to risk having it. You know what I mean? I think I've made it out okay. Yo, YNS, do you play UFC 3 on Xbox? Islam versus Iquinter? Nope. Take on someone coming off a win, you bitch. Don't take on guys ranked below you. Don't take on guys that are coming off a loss, you bitch. What do you think of Cody Garbrandt's praised boxing ability? Okay, that makes more sense. Even if it's the same thing again. He's good at boxing. He's not, though, at the same time. I don't think he is. I think he hits hard for a bantamweight. I think he's fast for a bantamweight. But in terms of boxing ability, I mean, yeah, he would not hang in a boxing gym. Like, TJ Dillashaw and Lomachenko would... Like, TJ Dillashaw can make a sparring session, like a friendly sparring session, somewhat competitive. I don't think Cody could land a glove on thingy. Lomachenko. But then again, Cody's got more to learn and TJ's way more experienced. So, you know, fair play. I got whooped by a guy with YNS in his tag the other day. Oh, nice. I'm on PS4, fam. What does YNS stand for? Is that like a clan? I used to love clans. I used to make clans. That's the kind of guy I was back on Xbox. You know, be in my clan. What clan did I make? Magic. No, that wasn't me. Monster was me. No, what was my clan? I don't even know what my clan was. Jesus, I can't be that good of a leader. Jesus. TJ sparred Lomachenko, got scored. Yeah, but there was a whole story behind that shit. I mean, they took him in. They said, hey, we'll do a couple rounds. They took him 12 rounds with Lomachenko, you know, like, and he was out of shape and shit. But he did good. Listen, oh my God, no matter what people say about TJ Dillashaw and Lomachenko's sparring session, there's a punch that TJ lands. I swear to God, if that was without gloves, he KOs Lomachenko flat. I swear to God, people talk shit about the footage of TJ Dillashaw and Lomachenko. Let me find this shit, to be honest with you, because I'm done with people shitting on TJ. Even though he's a cheater, I don't give a fuck. TJ Dillashaw, Lomachenko. Here we go. And no one in the comments of the video even says it. So it's in the back left corner. Ooh, Lomachenko is making TJ miss bad, though. But he looks so tired here. This is obviously after a couple rounds. Why can't we see the full sparring video, man? Where's the punch? They don't even show it in this clip. All right, well, this is this is literally a Boxing Hub TV channel. So, oh, no, wait. No, he did get hit in this video. Let me find this shit, man, because I swear to God, TJ lights him up with a left hook. And if that's without gloves, Lomachenko's going to sleep. Oh, that uppercut from TJ. Jab, jab. Jib, jib. 1, 2, throw close. Jib, 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 jib. Left hook, take down. Maul him. Where is the punch? I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, because I can't seem to find it, to be honest. Oh, there it is. No, that's not even the one. There's a harder one than that, but this is another one. TJ does land some good shots in that fight. Obviously, if it was no gloves, Loma would still win, but like TJ was fucking... Like, it just shows you like the weirdness of an MMA fighter compared to a boxer, like in terms of what they're used to, you know. No boxer switches stances like TJ, other than Lomachenko, I guess. Are you on steroids? I'm not on steroids. Cody is a very good boxer, but his fight IQ is terrible. Yeah, it's a mix of everything. I think it's coaching shit as well. I think people big up Team Alpha Male because it's got a lot of money behind it, but I think it's honestly a terrible gym. I think if you put anyone in a big gym with great technical surroundings and a well-funded gym, anyone can do good in a gym that's well-funded and has all the necessary tools. People like Team Alpha Male has like 1,000 fucking members. Like, I don't praise them for having 3 guys in the UFC. You know what I mean? I praise the gym that's on the side that has about 20 people, and 10 of them are in the UFC, 6 of them are in Bellator, and 4 of them are in PFL. That's the guys I look at. You know what I'm saying? Poirier versus Al. My channel is lit. Check it out, guys. No, we're good, man. You can bench 120 kg and don't even lift, and you have a bicep like that. That is damn good genetics. Yeah, I guess. I was just talking to my mum about this. Force and Tiger, Muay Thai, Thailand. When is a Street Jesus fighting a juiced up Kamaru? All right, Kamaru isn't on the juice. Innocent until proven guilty, boys. That's a very important tool in MMA. We cannot assume. Oh, are you on calories? Yeah, man, every day, 2,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's definitely more than 2. I think I don't know. If I lose weight, I can do like 2,300 or something. The rumor's true about Kamaru. What's going on? Please don't tell me that he's on steroids. Did you watch Hal's interview yesterday, Guru? I didn't watch Hal's interview. I watched Darren. Listen, I don't care what anyone says about Darren Till. Guy's funny. Like, he actually is. He's funny. You know what I mean? He is. Who is it? Let me see the ESPN numbers. ESPN MMA. I love looking at numbers, man. So Mike Perry's numbers are dropping every single loss, which I hate because it just shows how people jump off the bandwagon. Like, his numbers are shit compared to everyone else. Al Quinter got 54K. Poirier got 59K. Darren Till got 60K. I guess he's the biggest name on there. Tyson Fury obviously got a bit more numbers because he has a fight coming up. Aljamain Sterling, 7.9k, not the best in the world. Why don't people like Aljamain? I don't get it, man. I don't get it because they are like, I know you don't, I know that I get, how do I phrase this? I know people don't want to watch the lighter weight classes, but you can watch a fucking interview. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why people still don't click on Aljamain. Like, he speaks well, you know? He says right things. Darren Till's so funny. The baby maker stuff is funny. Yeah. Would you be mad if McGregor gets KO'd by Pacquiao or Crawford? Nah, not really. I think I'd probably be mad before the fight even happens that he's even taken it, because that is not credibility in MMA, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, I don't even give a fuck if he wins in boxing ever. I really don't care. I don't like the sport of boxing. I know. I only watch certain fights in boxing. Oh, something I am interested in is Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. That's going to be a decent fight. But again, fucking boxing. Aljamain doesn't promote himself. He's been on every single show that's available. And he has his own podcast. Calm down. He's been on JRE. But he hasn't fought in a while. I agree with you. Okay, cool. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. This is how you know boxing as a sport is fucked. He literally says, so, you know, you're calling out Devin Haney here. Yeah, I'm calling out Devin Haney. Me and you, 2021. Imagine if someone said that in the UFC. Other than, obviously, Israel Adesanya says it because, what? Well, he gets a pass because he's Israel Adesanya, I guess. Don't understand. But that's just stupid. I don't understand. Last comment, shut the fuck about boxing, Dingleberry. Okay, I'll stop about boxing. Have you seen Arkansas? No. This is what you want to fucking talk about. Said he's going to rape Brandon K's pet parrot, Barry. I didn't see that. Are you Mr. Arkansas? I feel like you are, man. What up, Guru? When did you go live? YouTube is shit you with notifications. 41 minutes ago, man. Linger on YouTube. Listen, here's what you got to do. Open up my tab at about 7:30. Anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30, I'm live. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know when it's going to come, but you know. Guru, where are you from? What accent is that? My accent is London. It is a specific part of London. It is south of the river. And that's why my accent is like this. And I'm a bit Cockney as well. I have a weird accent. I'm not a typical London accent. My dad's Cockney. I have half of that. My mum's posh. I have half of that. So I'm a well-spoken Cockney, basically. YouTuber player here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what the fuck? No notifications for me either. YouTube fucking hates me. Every single video I post gets demonetized. And I have to wait 6 hours for it to get reviewed. On at least. It's fucking annoying. I'm not Cockney. Unlucky dude. Fulham. I'm not Fulham. I'm not from Fulham. Did you see that Kill Tony comedian being arrested for murder? Wow. Comedians are comedians are just not the people to hang around with, to be honest. Should I just change the name of this podcast? But let's talk about MMA. What do you think is Khabib's slogan? If Sambo was easy, it'd be called Jiu-Jitsu. Cool. That's a good slogan. It's cool. What do you think of the main event this weekend, Guru? In my opinion, the card should have been better, but no biggie. The whole year is meant to be pretty good, eh? To be fair, the card was supposed to be a bit better. So I don't think you can blame them for the card. I mean, they were supposed to have Taito Ivasa, but he's doing something else. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's still in the UFC, though, because now they're announcing when they cut people, which is kind of helpful because you get to know who's still got a chance at winning. But yeah, Tyson Pedro is supposed to be on the card. He's a decent name. So the card was supposed to be better. It was supposed to be a bit better. It was supposed to have Tyson Pedro, Vinicius Moreira, Taito Ivasa versus someone else that's interesting. You know, like, it was supposed to have a couple more names. I'm not mad in the final result. To be honest, I feel like there's a lot of good talent. There's not good names, but there's good talent. I mean, you've got Yan Jiaonan at strawweight looking to jump up the rankings. In her prime, 11-1. Had a good last fight. It was entertaining. Benta Solly. I guess they're trying to put hype on some heavyweights right now. Brad Riddell 7-1, Mustafa 14-2, Aguilar 17-2, Tukagov 18-4. Good records all round. I'm not mad at the card, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not good for names, but you know, it's decent, and it's decent on the prelims as well. I don't even mind them structuring the cards like this sometimes. I just don't know why Jarlin Turner's getting so much opportunity. Like the amount of times I've seen him in like a main card or a headliner of a prelims, all he does is lose no matter what. You know? I don't get it. But whatever. We'll see. He did take on Luke Kay in his debut, so it's fair enough. Shut the fuck up, remove. Nobody cares about boxing. What? It looks fucking massive in the thumbnail, you fucking juice monkey. Thank you very much. Juice-haired monkey and juice-haired monkey. Did you see footage of Tom Brady throwing roundhouses and heel kicks? It was crazy impressive. And this is where this channel begins. Tom Brady kicks. Right, well, it's not there immediately. Oh, because punts. Ah, they kick in NFL, didn't they? Spinning kick. No, just still punts. All right, well, I'll never find the video then, and I'll give up. There we go. That's me giving up. Terence Crawford in MMA. Nah, stop talking about it, boxers. No one cares about you. And they'll never do it either because the money's not there for them, and they'll never do it because they're bitches. Would you run it back with Mr. Arkansas? I'm sorry, man. I used him. I've got what I want. And now I'm blossoming on my own, you know? I think the London card is very underrated. It is underrated. The London card is good. It needs a... You know, like, it just... I don't know. I feel like a mandatory fight night should have a ranked main card and at least one ranked fighter on the co-main event. And if they don't have that, then they're doing something wrong, in my opinion. You know, like this. Kevin Lee, Charles Oliveira, co-main event, Maia versus Burns. Great. They even have Moicano and Johnny Walker. Like, I don't understand. Some cards are amazing. Some cards are trash. And I don't understand why. Spread them out. We don't need all of these guys on UFC Brasilia. You have Hussier Formiga and Brandon Moreno in a title elimination bout on the prelims, opening up the prelims of UFC Brasilia. If there's no space for them in the spotlight, put them in a spotlight somewhere else. Put them as the co-main event in London, even if it doesn't make any sense. Stop hiding talent from people. You've got flyweights making their debut from the Contender Series on the main card. You've got a title elimination bout on flyweight division on the prelims. I don't get it, man. But whatever. I'm complaining again. So I've got to stop. Moving on. At least the card doesn't have a female. Okay. The prelims are full of amazing fights. Indeed. I would love Tension in Bellator. Could be their star. By the way, guys, you know drill music? Here we go. If you see a video soon of a guy with a balaclava around his mouth that suspiciously resembles my eyes and sounds a lot like me, I'm trying some shit. Know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. UK rap is a joke. It's decent. Who would you pick in Al versus Gillespie? Oh, that's actually a good one. Because Gillespie coming off a KO changes things for me. Al, it'd be a good fight to make, in my opinion, because we'd get an understanding of Khabib's wrestling. You know? Like if Gillespie went out there and ragdolled Al, Khabib ain't shit to do with wrestling. He's just been beating mediocre guys that can't wrestle, pretty much. That's what it would tell me. So we'll see. So you're a meme rapper? No, I'm actually a good rapper. You should look at... Oh, you being dead ass? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Listen, just if you see a video, you see a video. If you don't, you don't see the video. And then we'll move on. I'm anonymous. You should look at fight nights from 2 years ago, just for context of how bad these recent cards are. No, Jack Attack, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Here's why you're wrong. You look back at the UFC schedule, you see fight nights, and you see big names. You see, oh, Jeremy Stevens was on fight night one. It was on fight night 87. But back then, Jeremy Stevens wasn't Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens was Darren Stewart. You know, Jeremy Stevens was Jack Shaw. Jeremy Stevens was Mark Jacasey. Like, you're looking back at all these names that now are established, but in the time of watching those cards, everyone was like, Who are these guys on the prelims? Who are these guys on the main card? You know? I get what you mean, though, but that's just... It's a weird thing. Spit some freestyle? No, I'm good. I've only got written. I've written like... let me see. I'm not going to wrap it because I don't want you guys to find in the video and just immediately revealing what I do as a side job. But I've got half a song written. What up, fake? Just bleed. Thank you very much. What's your predictions for the UFC London card? I'll go for them real quick. Why not? Off the top of my head, real quick. Rakhmonov, Aspinall, Todorovic. Actually, I'll go John Phillips there. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, Phillips. I'll go Phillips. He's got anvils in his hands. I reckon he can land it. Grundy. You ain't out wrestling Grundy. Even Darren Till struggles. Grundy's a phenomenal grappler. Freestyle grappler as well. Dangerous, man. I don't think McQuan can keep his pace either. Molly McCann. I'll go with Lerone Murphy. Ryan Spann. Jacasey, Jack Shaw. Oh, I was thinking of switching to Darren Stewart from Marvin Vettori. I'm undecided on Stewart versus Vettori. I got to watch a few more. Actually, I'll go Vettori. Fuck that shit, man. Vettori. Stewart ekes out split decisions. He should have made the run win look like trash, you know? That's what I think should have happened, but, you know, whatever. I'll go Dalby over Roberts, and I'll go Holland over Marshman. That just shouldn't be the main. That shouldn't be the co-main event. I don't know why it is. And then Woodley Edwards. I mean, Spann versus Craig should be the co-main event. You know? Paul Craig, Ryan Spann, co-main event. Done. Great co-main event. And then just maybe do, I don't know, Danny Roberts, Nicholas Dalby as the prelim headliner. You know? Who knows? We'll see. The sport's fucked. Vettori should be the co-main. I don't know, man. Vettori's good, but in the end of the day, 2-fight win streak, you know? And you've got Ryan Spann. I think he's on 4 in a row, maybe 3. You've got Paul Craig, is well known. He's been in a co-main event as well in Brazil against Shogun. So, you know, he's had that exposure. Privated. His earlier videos before he privates them at 1111. Ew. What do you mean? Did someone ask about my hair? Bruise on them Picos. Thank you very much. Stuart will win a suspect racist split over a Vettori calling it now. I don't know about that one, dude. I don't think it'll be racist if he wins. I think it'll be maybe xenophobic because he's English and from London. But, you know, we'll see. Is Tyron Woodley versus Leon Edwards a grudge match, kind of? Tyron Woodley, Leon Edwards a grudge match. You know what I've found out? How would TJ stack up? Let me answer your question after. That's a good question, YNS Bands. I'm going to get to you in a second. 16 better not be 2016 your birthday, because otherwise I'm going jail because I've said too many things to you. Is Tyron Woodley Leon Edwards a grudge match? Every fight's a grudge match. The days of trash talkers are over because everyone's a trash talker. There has never been a fight, unless they don't speak English and the other person does, where there's never been a comment said. You know? Am I gay for thinking Holly Holmes is hot? I mean, if you're a girl, then yes. Then other than that, no, you're not. You have a brain, I guess. Holly has an amazing body. She does. She has it like, you know, Holly's like, there's a thing with females. There's a thing like, you know she's old, and even though she isn't good compared to maybe a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old that's in her prime, but you know that she's a good deal, you know? Because she's like, she shouldn't be that good at her age. So you feel like it's better, you know? Like, oh, she's 37, but she's like that? Oh my God, she's better than fucking 21-year-old. That's just normal for a 21-year-old, you know? I was with my friend, said she's hot, got called a fag. Well, then you might be a female. She's 39, doesn't have kids. I mean, it doesn't have kids part must be a factor. Indeed, I agree. Holly Holm doesn't have kids. Probably it. Oh, that's so much better. Never mind. Stop ducking my comment, boy. Okay, that's a very racist term. Let's hear some lyrics. I bet they're not as good as Tyron the Chosen Wordsmith Woodley. I'll tell you some lyrics, and they're decent, you know. They're actually decent. This won't be enough to reveal it. I actually have decent lyrics. And you ready for the flow? Skippy flow. You ready? Count me in. Actually, don't, because it's 8 seconds delayed. It's very, you wouldn't understand it, man. You wouldn't understand it because there's too much slang, like London slang. I farted again. Well, here we go. I've got, this is like 7 words. That's the start of my more calm song and not so much the drill song. Is laboring. Went from on-site to on-suite. That's no small feat, but that's just the start of it, you know. I haven't even developed that whatsoever. But on-site to on-suite is good because I used to be a laborer. And then, I don't know. Oh, this is good. But this is the chorus. But whatever. I'll do it. I don't know if I want to say it, man. Spit that fire drill. Let's go, bro. I mean, I could. Listen, actually, I could claim the lyrics right now. I'll do it. I'll claim the lyrics right now. I don't care if they know that I'm the MMA guru. This rap's way too... I won't do it in the drill. I'm not doing it in the way that I'm rapping it, by the way. That's too embarrassing. I'm going to do it in a different voice just so you can hear the bars. This rap's way too loud. Pigs know something's not right. Drilling's on bonfire night. I'll have a guy fork up an op on site because Guy Fawkes bonfire night. It's so good, man. Let loose these teethy. I'm chewing up ops and I pop one extra. Innocent youths on radio. Hold your tongue because you sound like a jester. If you're from London, which is the drill scene, chewing up ops, pop one extra. Extra is a brand of chewing gum. Innocent youths on radio. The radio station for rap is Radio 1 Extra, which I mentioned before. It's very good. Let loose 2 straps on his back like his backpack's feeling tight. Settle beef overnight. Watch multiple ops take flight. I ain't new to this. More time in the cell than a nucleus. Me fall off, that's ludicrous. And they'll have a picture of Ludacris because he fell off. But it's also ludicrous to assume that I would fall off. I've got good bars, man. I've got good bars. I think they're pretty good. Don't make me laugh, Guru. We never lived that life to do drill. No, I'm going to do drill, but I'm just going to admit that I'm not on drill, you know. You got something going? Londinium. Yeah. Damn, that's some good stuff. It's decent. I got to claim these ones, actually. There you go. There's a question again. How would TJ Dillashaw stack up against the current 135ers? I think it'd be risky because he is quite chinny, and I don't know how chinny he's going to be when he comes back 2 years older. Especially because he's going to be a little bit uncomfortable to begin with. I reckon someone could take advantage. I think he'd whoop ass on Jimmy Rivera, 100%. Bring up these rankings again. He'd whoop Jimmy Rivera for sure, and Jimmy Rivera is ranked where? Number 8. He'd beat Pedro Munoz for sure, number 7. He'd beat Aldo Featherweight. Or Bantamweight for sure, number 6. He beat a Sunsao again, already has. But these Sterlings, Yans, and Sandhagens and Marises, they're the ones that worry me for TJ. Maybe not so much Sterling. I think he could beat Sterling, but Yan and Marais are the dangerous ones, in my opinion. Can't lie, that was all right. Your bars have been robbed. No, I've claimed them on here, and you can't because I'll just say they're mine, and I'll show them this and say that you're a thief. There you go. Where's another one? Oh, yeah, here's one. Don't let me dive in your box like a striker, because strikers dive in the box when you play football. If you're from the UK, you would understand, but whatever. Pockets too full, so I left with a 9 bar. A 9 bar is a measurement of weed that 4 of them make up a box, which is why I said dive in your box. Pockets too full, so I left with a 9 bar. No corona, but I'll make a whap sneeze. Yeah, this ting wasn't made in China, and I'll show them the brand name. In your girl's guts like a feeling, but I save bus for a mouth because I like her. This is so sad saying that out loud. Here we go. I've killed more plugs than a bad fuse. Better change yours like you're flying abroad. That's so good. I've got a flow with it as well. Treating ops like champagne. Pop them. Let me do this whole bar. This is just a rap stream now. I've killed more plugs than a bad fuse. Better change yours like you're flying abroad. Treating ops like champagne. Pop them. Should have seen the way they poured. How many guys have I floored? Lost count of the points I scored. And then it moves on to the next bit. This rap's way too loud. Pigs know something's not right. Hey, drilling's on bonfire night. I'll have a guy fork up and up on site. I'm getting too aggressive. This is horrendous. I think it's pretty good. Talking about boxing again. Cringe. Yeah. Just dribbled everywhere. There we go. Fuck you saying? What is this slang? You don't understand the slang. If you're listen, there's about 2 people from London in the chat just going fucking like, yeah, oh my god, that's good. You do have some flow there, yeah. We want some UFC punch, lads. That's not gonna happen. What's your favorite UFC champion, Guru? It's Drill. It's Drill. Yeah, you got this. I know I've got it. Trust me, the bars are too good. Dude, that arm looks photoshopped. 6'3". Always thought you're a 5-foot umper. I'm not a 5-foot umper, man. My girl from Stratford. Stafford. We good? I don't know what that is. Oh, there you go. Do Drill. Francis impression. I want to do the. What team do you support? I used to support Charlton, but I don't really care anymore. Let's ask some MMA questions. Who's your favorite UFC champion? It's tough right now for me, man. I was deep in this the other day. I was thinking about this the other day when I was in bed. I'm talking like a drill rapper now. No one I want to win wins. Ever in the sport. You heard chilling it, Guru? No, I haven't. Still dooming about Wood going out like that. He didn't go. You're acting like you're getting me angry, and you know you phrased that question the way you did to get me angry. How come Wood didn't get the DQ for the treatment of the illegal headbutt? Everyone stop, man. Whatever. Anyway, I am angry about Wood, but what I've realized is John Jones is chatting. Here we go. Cejudo, Volkanovski, Khabib, Usman, Adesanya, Jones, Stipe. I'm not interested by any of their interviews. I don't watch Cejudo interviews. Don't watch Volkanovski interviews. No one does. Don't watch Khabib interviews because it's just the same thing over and over again. Usman interviews, please don't ever force me to watch that. John Jones, same thing over and over again. Adesanya is the most interesting interview, and even that's a little bit scripted. And then Stipe, I don't understand him. So it's just like, what's the point? I'd rather listen to Weili Zhang, and she has someone else do it for her. Whatever, man. Fuck this sport. I totally didn't know. So I heard Tony Ferguson sent Kobe Bryant a get well soon card. Okay. Okay. And when he got subbed, I just looked out the window and sighed. Who? When who got subbed? When who got subbed? Pseudo's a little entertaining, though, got to admit. I don't know. I haven't listened to too many. I probably don't know. Dodson, baby. Ben Askren. Oh, that's true. The guys that's better for the sport always lose. Yeah, it's annoying, man, because they're better for the sport, but people act like the people that win are better for the sport. It's weird. What's your picks, Fatty? Already done them, so no. Canadian bitch. Drill or grime? Drill at this point in my life. I used to like grime, but Stormzy's pretty trash. They should shuffle the card order to make it more interesting. Yeah, I guess. Honestly, my favorite champ is Valentina. Listen to Mick Reckless, Johnny Bones. Okay. Give us the most offensive joke that you can get away with saying, Guru. The most offensive joke? I have my own joke that I've made. And it might be a throwback to some of you guys, but some of you guys may not have heard this joke before. But I made this one up. Half of you haven't heard my list of jokes. I have 6 pages of jokes, by the way, when I'm going to suddenly become a stand-up comedian. Anyway. Here we go. It's a lie, by the way, because I wasn't. But here we go. I was balls deep in this girl the other night. And I noticed a bottle of empty painkillers on the floor. And I thought to myself, that's how she died. That's the joke. It's weird, but, you know, it happens. What card are you least looking forward to that's coming up this year, Guru? I don't know. Least looking forward to? That's messed up. You asked me for a bad joke. I wrote the joke. You know, comedy guru, rap guru. Yeah, I'm doing everything, man. Who won the Stormzy Wiley beef? Grime. Stormzy won it because he's more relevant. Wiley's only known because he started it, you know? Like, he's bad otherwise. Like, terrible. Like, he's actually a terrible musician in general. He just started it, so he gets praised for it, you know? Low standards. Yeah. Human Noir. Tony the type of guy to ankle pick Okay, in the top 15, who beats Cejudo in your opinion? Top 15. I mean, Yan beats Cejudo. Matches pressure with pressure, but with way better technical skill. And less explosiveness and more duration and more cardio, in my opinion. So Yan would beat him. Sterling would do good against him. Yeah, there's just certain guys that won't do good against him. And we didn't know that Moraes will never beat Cejudo until we saw Moraes versus Cejudo, because we'd never seen Moraes do that before. Just quit under pressure. We didn't know that was a thing. We know Yan lives in the pressure. He was born in the pressure. We know Sterling handled the pressure nice and easy. Sandhagen as well. He can go backwards fine. So yeah, all of Sandhagen, Yan, and Sterling would whoop Cejudo, in my opinion, which is obviously why he's looking for Aldo. So yeah, I think he'd beat Hassan Aldo, and he'd beat Moraes every day. Like that's just not a winnable fight for Moraes. At what point are you going to do start doing thank you videos to subscribers? Nah, I'm never going to do thank you videos. Aljo going to upset Yam? Give away at 5k? Nah. What are the chances of Yo landing a flying knee on Izzy? To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the subs anymore. What am I on now? 4655. Yeah, I used to stare at it and refresh it every single second almost. But I don't really care anymore. I just like the videos. They're cool. And the lives are cool as well. You're going to start a cult? I am. Okay. What's good about fucking 23-year-olds? There's 20 of them. Heard it, but I know what you mean. What's the hardest thing about swimming through a pool full of dead babies? My dick. Like this. The jokes have already been said. You know what I'm saying? How good are Paulo's chances against Izzy when he comes back? They're good. I reckon if he had a warm-up fight against someone, he'd do way better. But, you know, he has less of a chance than he originally did, in my opinion. But maybe it's a blessing in disguise that he got some time off, because he did just go for a war, you know. We'll see. Apparently, BJ Penn got knocked out by an airbag, which is really sad. His brain must look bad. One of us. Yeah. Israel's coaching is talking about him fighting Stipe. Your thoughts? He could beat Stipe. Don't think he would. I think Stipe would just drag him to the ground and annihilate him, but he could beat him. You never know. So Adesanya's got the striking to beat anyone. You know, he can catch you. I just don't understand where he got sudden power from. I really don't, because it's not like he was holding back in his other fights. Like he was swinging him at Gastelum, but nothing happened. I guess he just caught Whittaker when Whittaker didn't see it coming. And also Whittaker was also, I mean, he got caught at the end of the bell just before the round was over. So Whittaker was never fully in the second round. Whittaker's chin weren't quite ready yet, you know, because it was still recovering from the first, I guess. Please do the Corey levels to this impression. There is levels to this. That's my Corey Anderson impression. What's black, white, and red all over? Two nuns in a chainsaw fight. I thought you were going to say a newspaper, but nice. Two nuns in a chainsaw fight. Okay. Classic primary school banter. Okay. Kutalaba versus Mankamed Ankleev. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll probably go Magomed. But Kutalaba is a Sambo practitioner. Thank you for the $5. Everyone else gets ignored. Thank you for the $5, Onyx King Me. What's the difference between you and a fridge? A fridge don't fart when you pull the meat out. Okay, there we go. Didn't get that one immediately, but thank you for the $5. I'll take the abuse for it. Do you even lift? No, I don't lift. The Anderson impression was pretty funny. Thank you very much. Corey impression is the best impression. There is levels to this. He's weird. Corey, Luke, Weidman, Vic, Anderson. Okay. Like the Shadow Realm is Corey Anderson's nickname. Corey, that's such a good new meme. That is such a good new meme. The Shadow Realm is literally Corey Anderson's nickname. If you join the Shadow Realm and get sent there, you get added to Anderson's nickname for sure. I said sup, pussy. Oh, what's up, dude? Corey 1 is great. Yeah. Are you glad Corey got knocked out because nobody wanted John Jones versus Corey Anderson? You say that, but if Corey beat Blachowicz, people would want Corey Anderson versus John Jones. But yeah, I get what you mean. There's a funny video of Corey Anderson on MMA.stream. Shut up, man. At UFC 252, we will get a free piece with Owl Soup. Who? James Vic. He's in his own realm. Corey No Love and Asleep. Okay. Corey Waste of Time Anderson. Rock hold via head kick. Mike Perry impression. I can't do Mike Perry. I can't do typical American voice. Can't do it. I can only do extreme American voice. Because when you change country to American, you have to do an impression of the accent and then an impression from the accent of the person. It's different. I've done impressions for a very long time. It's near impossible to do. Corey No Henderson. Okay. Corey Levels Anderson. Paul Felder is overrated. I think so as well. But I don't think he's rated, though. So I don't think you could say he's overrated. I think he's overranked. I can give you that one. But I don't think he's overrated because no one rates him, really. You know, it's not like they're saying he's the best in the world. You know, Corey slipping 25-8 Anderson. How many police did it take to change a light bulb? None. They'll just beat the room for being... Okay, I'm can't wait for Felder versus Hooker. Plus, they hate each other. How you doing? Can't wait for Felder versus Hooker. Plus, they hate each other. What's good, man? Corey, not Mark Hunt Anderson. Okay, Gary knows his limits. GG. I can't buy Wilder versus Fury from my country. Unlucky, dude. Diego impression. Voice not required. Corey is the ugliest dude I've ever seen. It's tough. Like, normally facial hair could, like, I mean, maybe not talk about facial hair. Never mind. His facial hair is good. Nothing wrong with having a bit of facial hair, you know? What's better than winning in a Special Olympics? Not being retarded. Okay. That is a good one, to be fair. That's a good one. You're very white. Yeah, I'm pretty white. I haven't been on holiday in a while. I actually tan easy, but I don't go out in the sun. Corey Anderson versus Rockhold. Who wins? Anderson. Who do we ask? Nope. Frank Ribery. Laughing. Brandon K is still mad that Arkansas is going to rape Harry. Okay. Have you seen Blades without a beard? No, but there are certain people, yeah, that just need a beard. I don't really look too much different without one because it's not much anyway, you know? So it's not like a drastic difference. But when people have a huge beard, like look at Darren Stewart's picture on Sherdog. Perfect example. Go on Darren Stewart's Sherdog. He's hiding an incel chin. I'm not joking. He's literally hiding an incel chin. Let me look it up. Is it still there? Fuck, they changed his fucking picture, man. He used to have a picture of his face. I swear to God, I've seen a picture of him. And it was so... Maybe it's on Tapology still? No, they changed it as... Oh, they fucking updated it. The cunts, man. He literally is hiding an... I don't know how it is, to be honest with you. But I've just seen a picture and I can't unsee it because he just looks so weird without a beard. So weird. Let me just scroll. I might find it. Darren Stewart. Maybe it's not that bad. I seem to remember a picture of him, though. It was just terrible. But whatever. Back to my channel. Some people look weird without a beard. James Vick versus Diego could actually work. But the weird thing about some people looking weird without a beard is you never look at someone who can't grow a beard and say, this guy needs a beard, you know? But people who have a beard, it's almost like the body knows, oh, shit, this guy's hideous. Let's get out of here. Just cover this shit up, you know? What's red and screams? A skinned baby in a bag of salt. Okay, more hilarious jokes from Jack Attack. Really funny ones there. That is terrible. That's not even like there's no intelligence to it. It's like me saying, "Oh, what's dead outside my house?" You know, like whatever. And then you basically just found any excuse to say the word "skinned baby in a bag of salt." Basically, very tasteful humor, I must say. Very tasteful. A lot of babies. Okay. I missed the start of that joke. I'm sorry. You're using your webcam mic. Now you switched audio. No, I didn't. James Harden beard. I might have done, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't think I did. Did you watch Fight Club? I did. I walk into a school. I walk out. Do you watch Fight Club? No, I didn't watch Fight Club. Yes, I did watch Fight Club. Was it the rule number 1 of Fight Club? Brad Pitt? Yeah, I watched that fucking fight. Is that called Fight Club? That is called Fight Club. Oh, it is called Fight Club. What's the other one that Brad Pitt's in? Your audio's fucked up now. I'm not trolling you. No, it's not true. What do you call a Wanderlei Silva in a dress? Chris Cyborg. Remember when recently someone came on JRE and they were talking about Chris Cyborg, like, oh, she obviously had big problems and mental health issues because people were calling her a man. And Joe Rogan's just sitting there like, yeah, that's crazy. Literally knowing that 6 months ago he was destroying her for looking like a man. If Felder wins, I reckon he calls out Conor for the UFC doubling card guru. Honestly, Paul the Irish Dragon Felder, I reckon that's actually not too bad of a call out, to be honest. Like, that's not a bad idea. That could happen. And if he beats Hooker, he'll have a better resume than Gaethje. Dead serious, he'll have a better resume than Gaethje if he beats Hooker. So he'll be more dangerous than Gaethje. Joe Rogan literally agrees with whoever is in front of him unless they are fat. Okay. Actually, I don't know. That's a good point. How many goths do you see on a daily basis? Honestly, none. There's none in London. If I go down to Brighton or down to the coast in the UK, like the South Coast, there'll be a lot of them, but they all just run from cities and people, you know? Very true. GSP's ground and pound was vicious during his prime. He did decline later in his career because of people learning how to defend it better or because it got worse. Learning how to defend it better or because he got worse. He got armbarred by Matt Hughes. Was that from on top, though? That was from on top. Why did he get worse at ground and pound? I think it's just with the belt comes, I don't want to risk. You know, that's just the mindset of having a belt, I believe. Also, obviously, people are getting better and, you know, people always close the gap on champions. Always close the gap on champions because they're always hungrier than champions. There's no way a champion can be more hungry than his contenders. There's no way. The only way that people sometimes say, how do you stay so hungry? It's because the other guys haven't caught up yet. You know, that's just the natural evolution of the sport. I saw a transgender goth. Oh, that's crazy. More emos now, only goth I've ever seen. Yeah, you don't see him in London. You used to when I was a kid, when I was like 9, 18-year-olds were like into that skating goth kind of look. But no one even skates in London anymore. No one goes outside anymore, honestly. Also, the coronavirus is going to get bodied. Seriously, ain't taken out no one. I thought it was like this really severe thing. It only kills people above the age of 80 with diabetes and kids under the age of 5. Not even kidding you. They did an interview on BBC today. BBC is the British Broadcasting Service. British Broadcasting Corporation in the UK. It's not. I didn't see it on the BBC, you know. I found that champion gets more decisions than fights than as contenders. Yeah. Jack Attack is thick as fuck. Also, people are more conscious of exerting energy for finishes in a 5-round fight in general. Plus, obviously, them wanting to keep their belt and not risk stuff. The Dublin Arena is far too small for the UFC to have a Conman McGregor fight. Yeah, but we'll see what happens, man. I don't know what they're going to do, honestly. I really don't. Listen to me. Listen to me, Gaethje. Whoever wants that fucking McGregor fight, regardless of what happens to McGregor next, a lightweight needs to step up and headline that Irish card because nothing will cause conversation of a McGregor fight more than if Gaethje smokes Poirier in Ireland. There's nothing that would cause up more drama than that. That would be the best thing to do. If they made a Gaethje-Poirier rematch in Ireland, he's getting the McGregor fight. That's the perfect build-up. I went to his country just to get on his radar. Like, that's the perfect promo to build. Brandon and Guru are friends now. Oh, he's still here? Cool. Who said I'm thick as fuck? The comments didn't show. I don't know. Brandon K's about to watch his searched up Blades without a beard. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Brendan Gay got banned by ARC. Okay. You reckon if Paul Felder wins, he'll headline a Dublin card, Guru? Maybe. We'll see. Let me see. Curtis Blades, no beard. That's not Curtis Blades. Oh my god, who is that? Curtis Blades without a beard. They've literally just photoshopped Kimbo Slice on him. He ain't that bad. He's very Neanderthal looking, but he ain't that bad, to be fair to him. That is weird, though. But I can tell why he's got such a good chin, I guess. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking boulder of a face. Jesus. Roy Nelson needs a beard. I hate fat people with wasted looks. Anyway, speaking for myself. People are just posting pictures of cavemen and saying that it's Curtis Blades without a beard. Who's this guy? Kevin Durant? He needs a beard. Or whatever this basketball name is. Whatever this basketball guy's name is with the beard. He needs a fucking beard. Holy shit. Yeah, Jesus, he needs that shit badly. Fat boulder. What's massive and ugly? Brandon's nose. Beard adds extra cushion. You are what you hate. I truly believe that. Yeah, it's true. James Harden. Jack Attack has AIDS. To be fair, I do hate absolute players. I hate them. So you're correct, Kendall Berryman. You know, but to think about it, I hate absolute G's as well. Like, ridiculously. I hate them with a passion. You're starting to make sense, Kendall Berryman. You really are. Toast, put a comment. A last comment. Wow, you expecting me to scroll this far? Would you fuck McMahon? Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that is a weird looking bulge, but I'd test it out, you know, I'd see first. Yeah, I can still make the exit once I've seen it, but yeah, probably would. Yeah, definitely would. Wouldn't pursue it, but I mean, I'm guessing if it's offered. Not trans. Corey Anderson, I'm going to smash Jan and dominate John Jones. Corey's in the middle of the first round. Corey, it's 10 p.m. It's bedtime. Nice, dude. Corey Square. I'm guessing that's a mum emoji. TJ Dillajawless. Full Dom Cruz. McTrans. Snake in the Glass. Meet Wad Wally. Thoughts on Lando Venata's last performance? Cheers. Said it in my recap video. He was the performance of the night for me. Brendan Schaub said that fight was terrible. I thought that fight was really good. I don't know what he's watching. Oh, speaking of Brendan Schaub, here we go. Any prelims from the last card I should watch? Brendan, I think you should watch the main event first of the last card, because you definitely didn't. Dwayne Ludwig knew everything about the doping. It's a brain. Okay. Little Wiener in Angela Hill. Yeah. Even though she's 37. Lando had a great performance if you could stay awake for it. Yeah. He did good. He did do good. I liked Lando. I think he improved dramatically. Like, really good. Like, it wasn't just that he won, but he won in a way that he wasn't supposed to. Like, he wasn't supposed to win the third round easily. But he did. And he stayed fresh. You know, like, these are the problems that he had. He blasted leg kicks and avoided them very well. That's the problem that Jacasey exposed in him. You know? Stomping should be allowed in UFC. Yeah. I don't know about that. Did Mr. K ban Brandon Gee? No. I'm thinking Loma's going to beat Hill. Juicy underdog AML. Yeah, it's true. Fuck you, Guru. You used to be funny. Unfunny prick. Okay. Let me look at those subs again. Remember when you had 2.5k subs when I began YouTube? Brandon K. Remember when you had 2.5k subs? What happened? Because you gained 1,030. And I gained 4,655. It's crazy. It's almost as if your content is shit. And you post 3 times a week when you don't have another job. Because you don't have any care in the world whatsoever. You know? Do Nate Diaz's voice, you worthless bitch. Nah, I'm good. Raised. Those soccer kicks and foot stomps are brutal. Fuck Shawbo would choke his dog to death in front of him. Does he have a dog? I don't know if he has a dog. Nobody watches your vids, prick. Okay. Bit harsh. Nah, you're new, Cyborg, man. This is a recurring retard, as I like to call him. He has been around for a very long time. Would Gaethje's leg kicks finish Nate's little brittle legs? Nate's... And honestly, I feel like no one... Listen, Nate Diaz has a lot of fans. The truth is, at 155, they're just too good for Nate. And I'm talking everyone in the 155-pound division. I know a lot of people talk about Nate Diaz, but even in Nate Diaz's win against Pettis broke his foot in the first round, and Nate couldn't finish him. And Nate still made it a little bit close. Like, he won. Don't get me wrong, he won the fight. Won it pretty clearly, but it was competitive. Like, Pettis had 1 foot. What are you doing, Nate? I just think Nate's never been good, but he's just a great star. Nate has been good for a very select period of time. And I know this is going to sound biased towards... Okay, it's pouring with rain. Just started raining for no reason. Nate Michael Johnson, best Nate Diaz I've ever seen. Kept it for the McGregor fights. Still looked good there. Then kind of dropped off once he made that money, in my opinion. Like, the Nate that fought Pettis was not the Nate that fought McGregor in the rematch. Not whatsoever. His boxing has gotten worse. Exactly. He literally has. Storm Dennis? Yeah, I guess. Watch Derek Lewis' second recent post on Instagram. Jesus Christ. Let me see. The Beast, UFC. EA Sports. It's in the game. Oh, God, it's under sensitive content. Let's see the video. I love his captions just saying he's okay. Homeboy did a triple Lindy. I don't even know what that is. I have a nagging suspicion that he is not, in fact, okay. Nice. Well, this one. I've never seen it tell Dylan. Wow, that's crazy. Jesus. Do you play UFC 3? No, I'm good. I'm in love with Karolina Kowalkiewicz. She's okay. Yeah, cool. It's up to you, man. Cocky Boxer got KTFU, man. Yeah, it's another one on his post. Cyborg, man, I'd wreck you, bruv. Okay. Guru, yeah, you've mentioned UFC 3. You're going to get a spam of people trying to face you. Do you like Ken? Do you, Kendall? I'd wreck you, Toy. Bruh, I mean Dana White. I'd wreck anyone. Okay. This is a real savage. Why is Mark Jacasey opening the prelims coming off 2-win streak? Because UFC, that's why. That's why, and that's the perfect answer. There's no other answer but that. It's just UFC. You know, they're really in a good position because they made a sport that no one else had at the time, and no one else had in America at the time, and they were the first to do it. But in terms of an actual business people, they're really stupid fucking retards. But, you know, they did it first, you know? So they get the praise. It's like early comedians that get a bunch of praise. They weren't good, but they were just the pioneers. You know how people bring up the pioneers to say how someone was so great? Like, they weren't good. They were just the first ones to do it. I feel like that's what the UFC's going on. Why is he opening up the prelims? He's not opening up the prelims. Jacasey's on the main card, you nonce. What are you talking about? I don't know why I called you a nonce. I apologize. He's on the main card, you nonce. Damn, son, Xbox. Super Skunky beats Khabib. Maybe a good PS4. I'm glad I got to play with them. UFC London card would have been even better if they lay it out right, in my opinion. I mean, the card... Listen, here's what the UFC does, and I understand why they do it. But what they're doing is they're trying to make it so that people tune in on the prelims as well as tuning in for the main card so they can keep consistent viewing numbers so that they get a consistent block of viewing per advert in a stream. So they can say, rather than, hey guys, no one watches until the main and co-main event, and no one watches until halfway through the main card, then people are just going to say, right, well, we won't have adverts for your prelims then, and we won't pay you for putting adverts on your prelims. But if they have great fights on the prelims, then the advertisers are going to say, oh, you had good numbers earlier on. I'll put an advert there and I'll put one on the main card. You know, like it's a business move. I understand. But I don't know. I truly feel that the only cost of that is casuals, when they're figuring out if they want to watch a card, they don't even check prelims. Seriously, they don't even check prelims. They look at the main card, they go, and then they click. And they look at the main card and they go, Jack Marshman, Kevin Holland, co-main event. No thanks. Then they click. And then they click. And then they maybe click. How is Calvillo getting another co-main event? She's missed weight twice in a row. Either way. I don't know. I just think the London card should be Woodley, Leon Edwards, Paul Craig, Ryan Spann, Danny Roberts, Nicholas Dalby, Darren Stewart, Marvin Vittori. Then have I kind of want Jack Shaw on the main card. Yeah, Jack Shaw, Geraldo de Freitas Jr., and then Mark Jacasey, Jai Herbert opens up the main card. Jack Marshman, Kevin Holland, co-main events to prelims. Mike Grundy, Makwana Mekani, main events to prelims. Tom Aspinall versus Jake Collier opens the prelims. Molly McCann, Ashley Evans-Smith is on the main card, and Jack Shaw switches to the prelims. Lerone Murphy headlines the earlies. John Phillips is second, and then Fabinski versus Rakhmonov is obviously opening up the night because no one gives a fuck about him. But those are the best. That's the best way to put out the card. My mum blocked the porn from my computer. This will not be my proudest fap. Okay, here we go. I said, there you get wrecked. You don't even know Kendall, boy. I don't even know who Kendall is. London card should be full of immigrants. Like, okay. Are you a gamer? I used to be. I don't really play games anymore. I don't have the time. I literally have the time. I just don't. The time is just not for games. Like the time is just to sit there and do nothing really. But the game, I don't know. I just can't focus on games anymore. It's not interesting enough. Like, no games are good anymore. You know, the only good games are old ones that people still play. True Geordie is the king of casuals. Thinks he's a shit because he sucked up to Conor and said he would beat Cerrone, and now Geordie thinks he's the MMA god. Yeah, I mean, he's acting like everyone was betting against Conor, but it was literally Conor was the heavy favorite for a reason. Yeah, True Geordie does that. Listen, True Geordie, and here we go again. Another podcast I'll never be on. Cheers. True Geordie listens to just enough JRE clips to know what he's talking about. Just to know enough names of old fighters to make it sound like he knows what he's talking about. Because if you ask follow-up questions, he has no idea. But he has enough to know, like, I remember the days of Shogun and Pride. Like, he knows those two words, Shogun, Pride. Oh, that means old days MMA. I can say that and it'll make it look like I know something, you know? Like, remember when John Jones fought... remember when Anderson Silva came on the scene and beat Rich Franklin? That's not... Like, you're not smart for knowing that. You can just know that because they're two names. And you know that they fought each other to start off because JRE clips have made a clip about it, you know? But whatever. How far can Grant Dawson go? He seems like a top contender at a young age. Plus, he's a good talker. Yeah. He's a good talker. I mean, I like Grant Dawson. I wish he was getting a Chaz Skelly fight because it's such an easy win for him. And it's a good win as well. Chaz Skelly's pretty trash. Like, if there's someone who just isn't an athlete, it's Chaz Skelly. You know, yeah. Inverted ribs are the death of athletes, pretty much. DC's the only one that can manage, and Shabazian. But there ain't many others around. If you have inverted ribs, you're made to be fat, basically, is what your body's telling you. But no offense to my inverters out there. Didn't mean it. Who does Gillespie fight next? Ally Quinter, middle of the year. Do you reckon, Guru, sometime in your life you'll actually go to a UFC event, or will you not that into it? Oh, no, definitely. When I'm rich enough, I'm going to every single UFC event. I'm flying out. I'm enjoying myself. But just when I'm sorted, I don't have the money for it. I have inverted ribs, but I'm 170. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Fuck. Well, that's fine. That's nothing major. Sometimes they're not as bad as others, you know? Like DC's ones. If DC was bantamweight size, like he should be, then those would be a problem because DC's inverted ribs are like a half pipe, you know? Like they're not even an inverted rib. Like, you could literally do fucking nose grinds off of his ribs. Seriously. I look like Edmund, but black. Ginger? That's crazy. Quinta versus Poirier. No offense taken. No problem. I'm not inverted. Oh, nice. Uriah versus Darren Till. Is trend... Dangerous questions in the chat room. Tommy Toehold show was the GOAT on YouTube back in the day. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, used to have good impressions. I'm inverted ribs and I'm 298.5. Good job, dude. Are there any positives to inverted ribs? Yeah. Lung capacity. If you notice, DC isn't supposed to have the cardio that he does. Edmund Shabazian never gets tired either. You saw it in the Darren Stewart fight. He can keep going without a single issue with cardio. Chas Kelly doesn't get tired. It's good for lung capacity. It's good for lung capacity because you can just get more air in. Like, there's no stop. And also, it must fucking hurt people kicking them. It must hurt people kicking them. Oh, wow, interesting. Yeah. DC shouldn't be able to go 5 rounds. It's literally impossible that DC should be able to go 5 rounds. But he can, because he's got so much space in there. Fill up them lungs every fucking time. When Geordie, he talks about Lyoto and Shogun is cringe. Yeah. I remember the days of Loyo or Machida or whatever he sounds like. I don't know what he fucking sounds like. Playing xylophone on your ribs. What do you reckon Sanchez was trying to accomplish with his sprinting attack? He was just trying to be sticky, like his coach told him to. One thing I don't like is I get that people... Listen, Joe Rogan... never getting on his podcast. For fuck's sake, I have so much... I'm too truthful. You know, I don't just blindly fan over someone. I'm too truthful. Joe Rogan talks shit to his trainer, but literally, yeah. What experience does Joe Rogan have to have any kind of say on who and who should not be talking about MMA? I understand he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I get that. Fully understand that. I understand that he was a national taekwondo champion. Fully understand that. He was a national taekwondo champion at 5'4". You know? I've got a bunch of bronze and silver medals. I weren't in that weight class. You know, I was a bit up. I was fighting adults when I was 14. You know, like, it's different levels to where you get your belts. Like Henry Cejudo winning the Olympic gold medal. It's cool. Really cool. How many 5'1" guys are taking up wrestling full time? You know, what's the talent pool? That's what I want to know. How much credit are we going to give these guys for their accomplishments in midget weight classes? No, not midget. Fuck, that's not the word. Whatever. Small people weight classes. Scroll up. I'm literally, YouTube's getting to me with this demonetization stuff. Scroll up a bit, Guru. Oh, Cody Heather. Guru, do you have a 9-to-5 job or is it... Guru, do you have a 9-to-5 job or is this it? I love MMA junkie. I just have to work a lot. Like right now, I'm at work. Oh, I love MMA junkie, as in I am a junkie. Just have to work a lot. Like right now, I'm at work with an earpiece and listening. Nice. I have a 9-to-5 job. I do have a 9-to-5 job, but it's not 9 to 5. It's like 7:45 till 3, something like that. Normally, or 2:45. 8 till 3 normally is normal out. 8 till 3, no, 8 till 2 is normally a normal hours. But I can get 9 till 3, 6 hours, 4 days a week. Then I do another thing with investment, and then I do this. I guess I do a couple things. I'm pretty busy. I stay busy. I remember people trying to say you can be fat and healthy. Yeah, you can't, because you just, you know, like you just can't or whatever. Like there's too many conversations to have, to be honest with you. I need a podcast away from MMA, you know? Do you even go gym, bro? I don't actually go gym. Have you been knocked out in training? No, I've been rocked once, never been KO'd. I got rocked pretty bad, smashed my head off a wall. But never been dropped, never been KO'd, which is why I stopped, because I don't need to get KO'd or dropped. You know, I've learned what I need to learn, and I haven't taken the damage that comes with learning. You know, so I feel like I've cheated the system of it, you know, so I'm just getting out. Don't need to go back. I'm already done. I've learned enough to defend myself. Don't need to go in there until I get KO'd. There's no fun in getting KO'd. In the dojo of Lawrence and the boys. I don't know who that is. I went to UFC London. Masvidal Till was one of the best experiences. You should definitely go. When Masvidal knocked Till out, the whole arena went silent. Yeah. But when I want to go when I get good seats. I don't want to be people that go to these events to have worst fucking view than the actual TV. Like, I don't understand that. Unless you're going with friends, I guess. But people literally go there alone to sit in the back row. Like, I don't understand that. I never understood it. So that's something I'm definitely not going to do. Is Guru the aristocracy? He sounds posh now and then. I sound posh when I'm like, listen. Well, there you go. When I say listen and I break it down and really formulate a sentence, I can sound posh like right now. When I'm, you know what? I'll talk posh for the rest of this stream. I'll act like I'm at work right now. My old job in a theater. Does Max only have good takedown defense because he's facing smaller guys or bigger guys who aren't wrestlers, like Poirier? Well, YNS bans 16. He has good takedown defense, yes, but also he has never fought a wrestler of high caliber in his division as well. And we saw against Frankie Edgar, he did in fact get taken down in that fight. And Frankie Edgar should not be taking anyone down at this point in their career. But I feel like it's good to understand that the people that have been trying to take down Max Holloway are Jose Aldo, are Brian Ortega, are people who aren't wrestlers, you know? What are your thoughts in Dustin saying he'll fill in if Tony pulls out? That's a good thing. Yeah, very smart of him. Very smart of him. It's the atmosphere, though. TV will always have a better view, but you can't get the atmosphere through the TV. Okay, that was a different accent I just did. Some people can have a BMI over 35 but not be fat. I don't know what BMI levels are. What disciplines did you train in? Muay Thai, Taekwondo, and Jiu-Jitsu for a couple lessons. Prime Aldo would do well against Khabib. When Aldo used to throw leg kicks. Nah, he wouldn't, no. Why would a striker throwing leg kicks against Khabib be a great idea? Also, he's way smaller than Khabib as well. One day I'm going to die from doing this. Imagine. Bring out the medals. I don't know where the medals are. I don't know where the medals. They might be in there. In the back cupboards. Oh, the back cupboards. They've never been opened on stream. They won't be opened on stream. I don't know what's going to fall out. Or who's going to fall out. Show us how hard you are. Yeah, oh, it's got liquid in. I won't crush this can yet. But once this liquid's done, you watch. This can's getting crushed. See, honestly, the way I crushed this can, you'd think I was MVP. They've been opened on stream. Not the back ones. This front one is. Only this front one, though. That bottle. God, look at the fucking size of me, boys. Look at them arms. Are they normal? Are they supposed to be that fucking proportionate to the rest of my body? They're not. Eric, keep cramping, man. Too many people rely on BMI to tell if they're a good weight or not. Yeah, if We Fit's telling you if you're obese, like that's not how you should understand like how big you are. You know, you shouldn't have to rely on a We Fit to say, oh my God, We Fit is so lucky. We Fit is so lucky. We Fit is so lucky. Back in the day, they got away with it. But if We Fit came out now, they would 100% get terminated and destroyed by everyone. We Fit, when you were obese, and I know this because I used to be quite plump as a kid. I was overweight. I wasn't obese. I was at the very end of overweight. If I ever like ventured into early obesity, when you step on the scale, the We Fit used to go, ouch. It literally used to say ouch to you, ridiculing you, genuinely ridiculing you on We Fit. I heard Bellator gets MVPs, opponents from the crowd via volunteer. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Favorite shitty heavyweight. Welcome to Shitty Work. Shitty heavyweight. Obviously Bob Sapp, the legend himself. Actually, speak of the devil, Brendan Schaub's my favorite. I hate what comes out of Brendan's mouth sometimes, but I'll be honest with you, there's so little MMA content that I don't know. I just still watch him. Like, that's the weird thing about it. How many views did Brendan Schaub get? Let me see. Because they are dropping. 250,000, 300,000. Why? 170k. 140k. I mean, these are just how? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, because they're long videos, you get repeats whenever you go over. I get it. So he essentially doubles his views every time, because once you go over an hour with a video, it counts the views again if they viewed over an hour. So like my live streams are always double what the actual views are, because I go to 2 hours. I wish Shorb died. Okay. I only play Slobazzle on TFATK Reddit. Oh, the TFATK Reddit's so good. Guru, if you can make 2 cross-promotion fights happen, Bellator and UFC, what 2 fights would it be and why? Well, first of all, it would be Lima versus whatever. Lima versus Usman, I guess. That'd be I want to see Lima versus anyone in the UFC. So I don't matter what weight class it is. I want to see Lima take on Usman, I guess, because he's 170. I also want to see Kyogi Horiguchi. But I don't want to see him take on Cejudo. I don't know why. Cejudo's just not my champion. You know, I feel like liberals after the election. Not my champion. I don't know. I want to see Kyogi Horiguchi come in because people don't even know of him, and he's a monster. I know he lost his last fight, but he was kind of injured. But, you know, I don't know. He is a monster. He lost to Demetrius Johnson in the UFC. I understand that. I do understand that, but he is just an absolute savage other than that. Just literally promotion hopping and destroying. Even though I didn't think he beat Darian Caldwell. He's still good. But he just lost, so maybe that's not the best idea. Yeah, true. Chandler versus Khabib. Nah, Chandler, I'm off the hype train of Chandler. Would you put an anti-gun ads on your vids, Sim? Why did you put anti-gun ads on your vids? I don't choose the adverts. I'm just happy to get whatever adverts they give me, to be honest. So I don't really care what adverts they do. How would you imagine the Tony versus McGregor fight going? I just read it and ignored it. Tony versus McGregor. I think Conor could catch him early. People shit on me for my views on Conor McGregor, man. I don't understand. It's like people don't understand. Whatever, man. I don't know. I don't get it. People don't understand that I know Tony Ferguson's number 1, but McGregor's number 3 and he beat number 2. So arguably he's number 2. Like, they're not people that say, he destroys, or he destroys this and this guy would destroy this. No chance this guy does this and this guy does that. They're literally one ranking apart, and it's MMA. I think Conor could beat Ferguson. I think Conor's kryptonite is Khabib. Why is everything echoing all of a sudden? I don't know. Either way, I think Conor beats everyone in that division other than Khabib, and Ferguson's the toughest one. Actually, you know what's the toughest one for Conor? I don't know who the toughest. I think Conor beats. Here's who I think would beat Conor, and people are gonna maybe scoff at this. Nightmare matchup for Conor. The only other guy that would be a threat to Conor, like the second biggest threat to Conor, other than Khabib Nurmagomedov, it's Edson Barboza, and that's a fact. And I've said it for the longest time. If Conor had fought Edson Barboza, trust me, Conor beats Poirier, Gaethje, obviously Cerrone, Felder. Hookers might be a little bit tougher, but Hooker, I think he would beat Kevin Lee, Ally Quinta, Fajea, Gillespie, Oliveira, Makhachev, Hernandez. Barboza's number 10. He would. This is how you know styles make fights. I would worry for Conor McGregor if he fought Barboza. I really would. Dude, maybe not Barboza now that he's been KO'd, but Barboza after he beat Dan Hooker, if he ran into a McGregor fight, I'd worry. I genuinely would. You're biased towards McGregor. You're biased towards Conor. Oh, yeah, that's why I just said the number 10 guy is the second best challenge for him. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm biased because I think the number 10 guy puts up a big threat for him. My bad. Conor would smoke Edson. That's not what I'm saying, Pat Mac. It's not what I'm saying, Pat Mac. I very clearly said, Pat Mac, and you've been here for a very long time. Very clearly said, the second biggest threat to Conor McGregor. Thoughts on Ngannou versus Rosenstruck? Ngannou probably win. I've got 11 minutes left, by the way, guys. Conor would smoke any striker, 45-55. Edson Barboza is different. I'd probably pick Conor McGregor to win, but I'm telling you, the second toughest test other than Khabib is Edson Barboza. It really is. And people are going to shit on me and say, what about Tony Ferguson? Listen to me. If Cerrone is outstriking you in the first round, listen to me. If Cerrone is outstriking you in the first round of a fight ever in your life, you ain't beating Conor McGregor and you're getting KO'd. If Lando Venata is sending you around the canvas in a frenzy of being rocked and concussed, you ain't beating Conor McGregor. Anyone else? If Anthony Pettis is smashing your fucking head in the first round and rocking you all over the place, you ain't beating Conor McGregor. That's how it works, in my opinion. And people are going to call me crazy for that. I think Gaethje would beat Ferguson. I think Ferguson has a good chance against Khabib. I think other guys would give... Actually, I don't know about Gaethje beating Ferguson. I think Ferguson would beat Gaethje. But either way. But I think Tony would murder Conor after the second round. And Tony is rolling with the punches. He's... Okay, you've just diminished Tony there. It wasn't the first round. It was the second. Sorry. My bad. You've diminished Tony there. Remove Khabib. Because you're saying that, oh, he's rolling with the punches. He's still getting dropped and concussed by them. Imagine if he runs into a punch against Conor with his chin wide up in the air like he does. But Tony doesn't take dives, neither does Cerrone. Unless you want to discredit the Gaethje win. Oh, but you know what? Gaethje didn't even beat Cerrone. Gaethje's a nobody in a division. Gaethje didn't beat Cerrone. Cerrone just takes dives. Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Ferguson isn't even a guy right now. Who's he beat? I mean, Kevin Lee? No Cerrone win on his record. Fucking hell. It's not even worth anything. Last comment. You don't think Gregor could keep out wrestling Conor? After seeing Gregor get starched like that, I don't think Gregor would do much to Conor. Alted Poirier looked lost and complained about not being able to get Khabib off of him, even though that's what he prepared 5 months for. Your thoughts? I mean, that's cool. That's a good idea. I don't know. That's just... Yeah, it was weird to me. It was like Poirier lost in his corner, to be honest with you. And to be fair, I love the ATT guys. I think ATT is the overall consensus best gym in MMA. You have to say it because of the amount of class that they've produced. They're not like AKA where they have like a couple guys that they import into their gym and then they just randomly become champions and they have 2 of them. ATT literally builds champions. They don't just, oh, that guy's a savage in Dagestan. Let's just pick him over and grab him. Like, they don't do that. ATT is the best gym. I just feel like their corners is sometimes a little bit bitchy. Like the fact that Mike Brown doesn't even corner Colby anymore shows you how stupid everyone at ATT is and shows you how stupid fighters are in general. He's literally MAGA and he's talking shit. Masvidal's done nothing but talk shit. I don't understand. Whatever. Everyone talks shit. I don't get it. Same thing as Khabib, same thing as Khabib, who has he beat before DP and McNuggets. Who beats Jones at heavyweight? Stipe, Blades, and Ngannou. But everyone else, Jones would probably beat. You call Poirier out? Yeah, I know you call Poirier out. I don't know why, though, because he's I mean, I understand if... I mean, Poirier shouldn't take the fight. He's number 2 and Ally Quinta's number 9. Like, you'd be giving Iaquinta a reward for losing to Dan Hooker, and you're punishing Dan Hooker by making him have to fight Paul Felder. That should never have happened. Like, I don't understand that. You can't do that. A guy coming off a championship loss should face top 5 only in his return. Just like Tyron Woodley did to Leon Edwards. The only time a loser can face a winner is when a champion loses. They have to face a winner because they can't stoop down the rankings too low. Unless there's a guy coming off a loss in the rankings, of course, you know. Blades. Jones would destroy Blades. I think Jones would get ragdolled by Blades. He can't stand with Johns and will never be able to take him down. I think Blades would ragdoll John Jones. Sorry. Jones over him. I actually don't mind over his chances. Listen, one thing you can't say about Jones, he doesn't have power whatsoever. Doesn't have hand power. And I don't think going up to heavyweight would change that either because he's not going to gain too much size, you know? So we'll see. John Jones would beat Stipe. I mean, no, here's the thing. Now that Stipe's had an eye injury, maybe we can discuss that Jones would do well against Stipe. You know what I'm saying? But before the eye injury for Stipe, if the Stipe that showed up against DC fought John Jones, Stipe would win. That eye defense was phenomenal. Or Harris versus Reem. Going with Reem. How would Blades beat Jones? He'd ragdoll him, take him down, beat him up. MMA math doesn't add up, but DC beat Stipe and Jones beat DC. Yeah, and then you add another equation that Stipe beat DC. And Stipe beat DC in an actual fight. Anyone can win a KO in the first round. You know? You rematch Conor McGregor versus Aldo, doesn't go that way. McGregor might still win, doesn't go that same way again. There's more of a fight that happens. I almost credit less a win in the first round. The later the finish is, I credit it way more, in my opinion. I actually credit decisions. I wish there were more decisions because they tell you so much more about who's better. A decision, here's what it is. A first round finish tells me that a guy lost a second of a fight and got punished for it. A decision tells me that guy on the other side of the ring had every single chance in the world to try and be better than the other guy, and he failed at every single turn, making the other guy better than him. Any guy can win a clip in the first round. Any guy can do it. Some guys have more power, some guys do this, and obviously there's more benefits to some guys to maybe be able to do that sort of shit. And credit to them, it looks cool. But decisions are literally the best. But luck sales more, exactly. How would Stipe beat Jones? How would Stipe beat Jones? Oh, I think Stipe would just plod forward and beat him. Jones has no power for Stipe to respect whatsoever. Jones would probably throw a lot of leg kicks, but Stipe's dealt with them before. Jones likes to back himself up against the cage when guys are his size, as he did with Reyes. If you back yourself up against the cage with Stipe and do this shit, like people mock Diego Sanchez, he literally copies John Jones's style. If Jones backs up against the cage against Stipe doing this with his chin wide open, Stipe against the cage is the most dangerous man there is. Don't go against the cage with Stipe. He knows how to lure you into it. He's like McGregor against the cage. Jones beat Reyes by decision. Jones must be better. Well, Jones lost. Well, your name really suits you, MMA Casual. Thank you for joining in again with another one of your comments. Thank you. Jones lost to Reyes. How would Tony beat Khabib? So are you saying you learned a lot from Lewis versus Ngannou decision? I did. I learned that suicide is a viable option. That's why I like KOs in the last round when the fighter is clearly winning. Yeah. Because then it's like a statement on what they've already proved. Like they've proved they're better. Now let me get the highlight, you know? Now let me get the highlight. That's what I like. But let me answer the question that I completely ignored. How would Tony beat Khabib? Khabib would take down Tony in the first. Tony would land some damage. Tony would do some stuff off bottom. Probably make it hard for Khabib to take him down. Khabib won't be able to settle on top of Tony unless Tony wants him to, in my opinion. Like Khabib doesn't settle on top of anyone. Khabib waits for him to get back up and drags again. Like you'll very rarely see Khabib against elite competition in full mount or half guard even. Very rarely see Khabib in those positions. Khabib locks the legs. He wants you to get back up. Tony's not going to get back up. If Tony goes to the ground, he's going to be like, okay, here we go. Ground time. I think what happens is this. Khabib wins round one. Khabib wins round two, but at the end of round two, Tony's got him in trouble a little bit on the feet. Round three, Tony starts picking up the pressure. If Conor McGregor can defend your takedowns in the third round, Tony Ferguson can defend your takedowns in the third round. I also bring to your attention that the one way to beat Khabib is to stay in the center of the octagon. Very difficult to do when you're Conor McGregor and you're a counter striker. Counter strikers typically don't take the center of the octagon. It's bad for them to, because they're not doing what they want to do, basically. They're coming forward. They're putting pressure on. That's not what Conor does. Tony Ferguson loves to come forward. He's not a counter striker by any means. He will start the engagement very quickly. He will back Khabib up, and he'll finish them in the late third or fourth round. 62 watching. 64, bitch. Counting this ever in. So who's better fighter then? Drew Fickett or Koscheck? Koscheck was winning every round, but that got choked at the last minute of the fight. Or seeing as I don't even know the first guy. Actually, I do know the first guy, but even still, Koscheck's a better fighter than Drew Fickett, and that's not even a question. The only two times Tony got dropped was when it was a bad situation. He was on one leg and he got head kicked against Lando. He was on one leg and he was throwing the same combo as Pettis, but got caught. Was he on one leg against Pettis? Oh, yeah, he did a front kick, didn't he? 66, bitch. Yeah, there you go. It was a really aggressive bitch. I'm sorry. Who will Colby have to fight, or will he get a rematch? Colby will fight Woodley if Woodley loses to Edwards. Woodley if Woodley beats Edwards. And maybe he won't fight Edwards because it's not even worth his time. He might take a gimme with Chiesa just so he can be ready on a card in case something happens when Masvidal and Usman square off. But I would assume, depending on when Usman Masvidal gets announced, maybe if it's in July, we could see Colby on the same card, maybe as the co-main event versus Nate Diaz. He should be screaming for the Nate Diaz fight. I know he wants to say that Nate Diaz isn't worth his time, but he should be calling for that fight because it makes so much sense. Conor is a pressure counter striker. You rarely see Conor on the back foot. Yeah. He is. I understand what you mean. But in order to back someone up, you have to strike first, though. You know? Like, Conor is a pressure counter striker because people fear his counters. But with a guy like Khabib who just won't throw, you know, like Conor's a pressure striker. He can back people up because when he backs people up, they throw at him. And then he counters, and then they panic, and they back up. Khabib won't throw, and Khabib will just circle out. Cool. Well, I'm not going to engage with you first unless I know that I can fake it and wing something. I'm just going to chill. You can do that. You can push me back. Don't mind. I don't know. I just think it's harder for a counter striker to push someone back, especially Conor McGregor. Angela Hill is still not in Australia. She's on the Joe Rogan podcast. What? Do you think Rakic could ever snatch the belt? Yeah. Stuck in the mud almost. Will Adesanya Romero go to decision? Adesanya will finish him. Romero's trash. Overrated, sorry. Not trash. He's good. He's top 5, but he's just overrated. Conor is stuck in the mud division. We'd snap you in half. Tony has never been dropped by a normal punch, only weird instances. Scanning my brain real quick for Tony Ferguson in trouble moments. Okay, I can't find any. Do you think Woodley is a good fighter? Yeah. He's a good fighter. Good fighter. He's a good fighter. Woodley's a really good fighter, but let's just say a good chin and wicked power does him a lot of favors. A lot of favors. Because people, listen, and I'll do this again with Tyron Woodley. People can say that Woodley's great, but there is a fact to every single one of his fights. He only wins fights, other than the Damian Maia fight, where he lands the big shot at one moment and loses the entire of the fight before that, or if he just gets a shitty circumstance. So he never landed the big shot against Usman, never got the chance to, so he lost. Landed the big shot against Darren Till. It's the only thing he landed all night, and then finished it from there on the floor. Damian Maia is Damian Maia and retarded. Stephen Thompson, losing the entire thing in the rematch, landed the big shots at the end enough to get him a majority decision. Other than the first round against Stephen Thompson, where he was on top for a bit, Thompson won the entire thing other than when Woodley landed 2 big haymakers. Robbie Lawler, nothing until the haymaker. Gastelum didn't land the haymaker, but Gastelum missed weight, took on little notice. You know, like it was tough for Gastelum there. But I understand he won by split decision, though. You know, Dong Hyun Kim landed the big punch. Rory McDonald didn't land the big punch, got completely whooped for the entire fight. Carlos Condit kicked Condit in one leg, and Condit span out of it and twisted his other leg on the floor. Josh Koscheck, he had a good performance, but again, just a haymaker. Jake Shields never landed the big punch. Lost. Jay Heron landed the big punch. Never landed the big punch against Nate. Look what happened. You know. He's had a lot of... You know what, Woodley, about your fucking racism? You know what, Woodley? About your racism in the sport of MMA? Nathan Coy's white. You want a split decision against him. Jordan Means white as they come. Want a split decision against him. Only guy you've lost a split decision to is Jake Shields. That's it. Every other close decision has gone your way in your career. Every single one. About racism. He's lucky to be where he is. Oh, fucking Woodley. I can talk shit about Woodley, Ian. Woodley's just never going to be a draw, no matter what he does. Even if he went up 2 weight classes and beat John Jones, never would be a draw ever in his life. The stuff that he comes out with. He literally, after the Gastelum fight, sat out and did nothing for a year and a half other than cry about the UFC being racist and got his title shot from it. Let me just break it down for you guys. He lost to Rory McDonald, and then to earn his title shot, he beat Don Hyun Kim and Kelvin Gastelum. Whatever. Fuck Woodley, man. Yan is the future. I'm the fucking future. Yan is the best bantamweight. I don't know, man. I want to see Yan beat someone in the top 5. I like Yan. I think he'll probably be champ. I'm with you guys. I think he's beast, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Some people are surprised that Yan out-wrestled Faber. Were you at all surprised? No. Faber rarely out-wrestles people in his fights. I wasn't surprised. I just don't think Tony's going to have the strength to do anything to Khabib. After seeing Lee in the first round, Khabib is a much better wrestler. Yeah, but again, I bring this to your attention here. Completely different situation. Khabib doesn't do what Kevin Lee does. Kevin Lee gets to the ground, immediately he's looking for half guard, immediately he's looking for full mount. Khabib doesn't do that. It's a completely different situation. They're completely different fighters. And Lee landed nothing. No, Lee was pounding Tony Ferguson's face in at the end of the first round, so let's not lie, remove Kebab. But he was doing a good job, but Kevin Lee's a different guy. Khabib is never in full mount. Unless he's fighting cans ages ago, he's never in half guard, he's never in full mount. Maybe half guard against a cage against Michael Johnson is the only time I can think of. But other than that, he's literally just, I don't know, he's just on you. It's different. It's a different thing. And I think it favours Tony Ferguson. Because there's only so much jiu-jitsu you can do from full mount, you know? To be fair, Woodley did land a bunch of big shots on Nate, just couldn't take the pressure. Yeah. Is Woodley on the juice? Juice here, talkie, and juice here, talkie. No, he's not on the juice, man. He's not on the juice. And Kevin Lee's takedowns are more strength-orientated. Yeah. Khabib's is a bit more technical. And Kevin Lee is also shock takedowns in the center. He's very... Khabib is not explosive. I know people will say shit about that. There's a reason he doesn't take guys down in the center of the cage. He uses the cage. You can use your weight. You can use your size. In the center of the cage, you can't use your weight or your size because there's so much back motion that you can never get on top of someone. So you're leaning on top, trying to get the takedown, but they're moving backwards. So that pressure is just being eliminated. Against the cage, when they're stopped, and then you're leaning on top of them, that weight, they can't go anywhere. The weight just goes on top of them, and then you drag, and you drag, and then you're on the floor, and then you get back up, and then you drag, and then you drag. Reason Khabib doesn't get takedowns in the center of the cage anymore. Khabib is just a big lump. Yeah. Is Diego Sanchez now officially brain dead? Yeah. Hi. What's up? Here. Oh, Kendall is who you've been talking to this whole time. I was wondering who Kendall is. Fucking hell. F off. He wasn't. Look at when Lee gets full mount and slow it down. He landed nothing. I'm not even talking shit. If you slow the footage down, he doesn't land anything. Really? Let me see. But I'm pretty sure I heard Joe Rogan saying, oh, just saying. Oh, Chael released a new vid. Kevin Lee. Tony Ferguson highlights. Here we go. Boom. Lee slips off an inside leg kick. Tony gets checked to kick. That was a good check by Kevin Lee, man. People underrate the performance by Kevin Lee. Like, even though with a staph infection, he showed up. When he dropped Ferguson there as well. But then again, Ferguson was off balance with a kick. But this was just a reckless Kevin Lee. Gets dropped with a jab by Ferguson. Lands a 1-2. They trade front kicks. Nice right hand from Kevin Lee. And even there, yeah, it's just a situational takedown. He almost gets it reversed as well. Wow, that's so good of Tony to almost reverse that. A situational takedown where Tony's rolling from a kick and Kevin Lee gets a grip on him. No, I'm seeing Kevin Lee pound his fucking head in. I'm sorry. There's no even slow motion required. I'm watching Kevin Lee pound Ferguson's head in the first round. Boom. Boom, elbow. Boom, elbow. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Yeah, you're chatting shit out your fucking ass, man. I just watched it all happen in slow motion. Why would you lie to me, man? Leon's underrated. Slow it. It slowed it for me. It's showing slow motion highlights. Will Tyson win? I want Tyson to win. I don't think he'll win. I really want Tyson to win. I just don't see it happening, man. Don't see it happening. He really is. Yeah. Are you watching it now as well? He does get beat. Oh, wait. Jack attack. Leon's underrated. Oh, yeah. Leon is so underrated. I mean, people didn't pick him against RDA. He was the underdog again. Was he the underdog? I don't know, but people weren't picking him against RDA on Tapology, which is weird to me. I never understood that. I always thought Leon Edwards would beat RDA. As soon as it was announced, I said Leon Edwards beats him. Tyson has one foul the game. Yeah, I think so as well. I like Tyson Fury. I want him to win. Trust me, no one wants Wilder to win. If Wilder wins, the heavyweight division's dead. But Tyson is... Ah, fuck's sake, my finger. Tyson won't beat him, though. Tyson's doing WWE. He's doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. He doesn't look in any better shape than his last fight. I don't know. I think AJ is better for Wilder. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a risk, man, because Fury is better defensively than AJ. But AJ, there's a punishment for missing, you know? With Fury, there's no punishment for missing. You get hit with a body shot and a jab. Oh, no. Now I'll try and haymaker it again 10 seconds later. But with AJ, you miss those haymakers. Boom, boom, big shots coming back your way. Like, that's the problem. But also, AJ's a little bit... He's not as defensively sound as Fury. So that's the big question. I don't know. But, you know, whatever. I just feel like if Wilder misses those haymakers that he was on Fury against AJ, consequences for missing them are way more than they would be against Fury. But I just think Fury's out of the game, to be honest. Tyson just needs to keep busy. Yeah. AJ has the possibility of knocking him out. Yeah. But Tony probably does best in full guard. Like you said, Khabib is never there. He does. But Tony's also... Listen, here's the thing again. I'll bring it up again. I've said this before in my other videos. Khabib takes a guy down. They pummel for underhooks. Every single guy. Khabib goes to take a guy down. They look for underhooks. And they try and get him. Double unders. We need it right now. We need to stop this takedown. Khabib tries to take Tony Ferguson down. Front flip. Cartwheel. Front flip. Where are we? Are we in this weird position? Am I going to triangle you from here? Who knows? My legs are in the air. Out of nowhere. Like, it's just a completely different game. You can't judge what you've seen happen to Tony or what you've seen happen to Khabib in this fight because Tony's just a completely different monster. Not a different monster. He's not a different monster. He is, but not as exaggerated as a different monster sounds. He's just he's not what you train for. He's not anything that we can see in evidence of Khabib's grappling. There's no one who's done anything like Tony Ferguson will do. Most of the shots lead through, only Tony caught on Tony's forearms. I've seen a video breaking it down frame by frame. No, I've seen elbows to the face. Good left hands as well. Front flip, cartwheel, front flip. I hope that happens. Guru, please, last comment. Okay. Last comment. What are you doing, Guru? Well, fuck you, man. Those scrambles from Tony are very dangerous. Yeah. Pummel for underhooks. Not familiar with pummeling for underhooks. You do pummel for underhooks. What are you talking about, pummeling for underhooks? That's what you do. Pummel for underhooks. Haha, thank you for baiting me. Guru, when is the MMA Guru Discord? Pranked. You got me, dude. Tony Ferguson's the type of guy to rip Guru's beanie off. And then tell me, where's my kid at? Tony Ferguson's the type of guy to look for my kid under my beanie. Where's your kid at? That was actually a decent impression. Yes, some landed, but not all of them. Yes, but some did. And the argument was that none of them did. And I disproved that argument, but thank you for your input. That was my fave last comment, yeah. Pummel. Yep. Pummel. You never heard that saying? I know you think pummel means like bash, but you pummel for underhooks. That's the saying. I've heard. What are you talking about? You're trying to confuse me. Where's your fucking son? Okay, that's not quite the phrase, but there we go. Shut the fuck up, Jack Zatavik. Okay, that's weird. Nah, fair enough. Cool. Previous comment, Guru immediately. Okay. Shut the fuck up, Zach. Previous comment now, Guru. Okay. Jones TKO Stipe in super fights plus champ versus interim. The fighter wearing white and gold always wins by KO, TKO. McGregor, Holloway, Cormier, Nunes. This is champ versus interim. But why is that your definition of Jones, TKO, and Stipe? Jones isn't an interim champ of the division. Just a fact of life, don't pick Stipe. So what you've done is, you've said Jones will beat Stipe. Then you've said, based on this scenario that happens every time, Jones will beat Stipe. But that scenario is not what's going to happen with Jones versus Stipe, because Jones isn't an interim champion of a division. And Jones will never wear white and gold. He'd look gay in white and gold, in my opinion. No, there's anything wrong with that, but, you know. No current champs. I've gone 15 minutes over. I've got to go. Where your biological offspring at? Nice. Whoever's telling me shut the fuck up is lucky there's pussy comments are on ghost mode or I'd slap you. Okay. Click that button there. Someone spamming about the Discord. There's no button. Spamming about the Discord. There's not going to be a Discord. Fuck you. I don't understand why people think Khabib is invincible. Your chance of beating Khabib go up by 90% if you back Khabib up against the cage. True. Missed it, lol. No, fuck off, Redcoat. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining back in for that comment at the end. I don't understand why people think, oh, you've read that one again. Hiya. Hi. GSP is still the middleweight and welterweight champion. Indeed. Deep down, you know I'm right, Guru. Just wait and see. That's not going to prove your theory whatsoever. Your statement is flawed. Goodbye. 1 more hour? Nah, see you later. I've got a video to upload. Fuck off.